We are
आप
live.
तो आए हो है ना
We are live now, doctor.
सेकंड अभी फिर शाम को नहीं था ना अभी शाम को नहीं था
Arul sir, please sir.
Yeah. Yeah, good evening. Welcome to this YOSI connected webinar. So it's always nice to connect up with the youngsters who are all full of enthusiasm to learn, as well as some of you are going to become very good teachers. So welcome to this webinar. On behalf of TNOA, I wish that you all benefit from this and take things forward. And we look forward to your continued interaction with the TNOA to help also TNOA to grow and become more successful. Thank you so much. Let me hand it over to Atik, then he'll take it on from here.
Thank you so much, sir. A warm welcome to this one-of-a-kind webinar, the TNOA ARC's webinar in association with the TNOA Young Ophthalmology Task Force. Well, the future of ophthalmology, I cannot say is bright. In fact, it's dazzling. The youngsters have really taken ophthalmology to the next level. The YO programs are in a league of its own. Past few years, I've been attending some programs the YOSI has been doing. The magnitude of the event and the amount of scientific quality that we see is just mind-boggling. The future is amazing. Great to see that we have wonderful leaders here. Previous presidents, past presidents were wonderful. Divakant and Nilesh have really taken it to next level. And Arul sir was humble enough to say, we look forward to YOSI's support for the parent organization. Was really nice on his part to have said this. That is, I will say that is the feather on the cap for you guys. Great job and looking forward to a wonderful meeting. I would like to acknowledge the work done in putting together this webinar. I had a chat with Dr. Divakant a few weeks back when he had come to Chennai and said, please do a webinar for us. Without hesitation, before I even completed my statement, it was a yes. So it happened in Vinod's presence. So that is how the program kick-started. I would like to acknowledge Niranjan for getting together all the speakers. Wonderful work done. Last but not the least, superstar of Tamil Nadu, one person who is there in TNOA, AAOS, everywhere. Prasanna, thank you so much. Wonderful work done. Sincere thanks to all the speakers for having spared your time for this wonderful meeting. Great job. Looking forward to a great session. Over to you, Dr. Nishant.
Thank you, Dr. Atik, Dr. Arul, sir. So, I think we'll have the invite.
Sir, after you say a few words.
Yeah. So the only thing what we always try to do at Yo is do something different and think different. So this was the motto actually when Prasanna and myself, even for TNOA last year, we were actually conducting 12 events for the 12 months. So the only thing what we wanted to do is something little different, which makes you realize what is this something different they're talking about. What is this few points which I can learn from this is what we wanted to think about. That's why we always keep it a little interesting, keeping it a little different. And both of us are a little different in different aspects. So I think we are incorporating that into our webinar as well. Yes, Prasanna.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the nostalgic introduction. Thanks to TNOA President Arul sir, Secretary Sriram sir, and the whole team, including the ARC chair, for coming up with this wonderful program here and leaving no stone unturned from a young ophthalmologist point of view. And we would like to acknowledge the TNOA office bearers, our chair, Dr. Nishant, for the YO task force, and Dr. Divakant from YOSI. So we would like to have a few words before that we have this introduction. And we would like to welcome ARC chair, and we wanted to have it very short and sweet. So he's the academic and research committee chairperson, Dr. Atik Sheikh. And we have the president of YOSI, Dr. Divakant Mishra, to share a few words before we move forward. Divakant sir, a few words from you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Prasanna. And I mean, it's such a proud feeling, to be part of this program. The kind of support over the last few years that we have seen from the leadership of TNOA, and Arul sir said such a beautiful thing, and support from Dr. Atik and the whole leadership of TNOA has been very heartwarming. And that is why over the past few years, we have seen such tremendous participation from the state in YOSI activities, and I feel all national and international forums. I mean, I would like to, congratulate the whole, YOSI torchbearers, Dr. Nishant himself, Prasanna, as Dr. Atik said, the rock star of Indian ophthalmology, Dr. Niranjan, Dr. Aditya, Dr. Karthikeyan, and everybody who is present today here in this session today. All of you guys are, taking Yosi's and TNOA's name forward, not just in the state, but also at the national and international level. I hope this support from the leadership will continue, this participation, this collaboration that we have formed will continue, and we'll keep doing great and wonderful things together. And I would like to take this opportunity to invite all of you, next month in September 5th to 7th for our annual meeting. I hope Prasanna and the whole team will ensure that everybody is there and we can meet face to face and plan our future events. And I'll of course be there in TNOA this next month. And it's my first TNOA, so happy to be part of that as well. So look forward to meeting all of you very soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Devakan sir. We would also like to invite our dynamic secretary, Dr. Nilesh Kumar, who's having a few updates on the annual congress for all the YOs who are attending this. So Dr. Nilesh needs no introduction. He is one of the postgraduates of Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. He was our own member, and now he is leading YOSI as the governing council member and secretary. And he is the pioneer in DIG. DIGS, it's called DIGS, one of the Gonio imaging systems. And over to you, Dr. Nilesh, for a
Thank you so much, sir. It is actually homecoming, and I am a member of TNOA. I'm not a voting member, but still, I am a member of TNOA, a proud one. So, thank you for that. And as what Atik sir and Arul sir had told, and I always say about YOSI that we are the bunch of kids who want to grow up very fast. So we are those kids in the family, and we are very blessed that the seniors always support us and never discourage us. So it is our duty to carry out whatever command has been given to us. Update about the YosiCon, the few initiatives that we are doing to get more participation from everywhere, like the extreme north and south of Delhi, is that we are trying for a group discount. We have talked to Indigo Airline, and from each of the major hubs, we are going to have discounted flight tickets for anybody who is traveling from to and from YosiCon. That is one thing. We have partnered with budget hotels across the venue within 5 kilometers, and we are going to have very affordable accommodation. I think already around 50 delegates have availed that facility, and a few more are expected. We are also expecting everyone who is going to be a faculty over there. We are going to take good care of them. You are going to get multiple opportunities over there as faculty, as delegates. Also, there are a few initiatives such as discounted IUL purchase, discounted machine purchases, and all. So there are multiple of initiatives that are we are trying to make it fruitful for all the young ophthalmologists who are going to take part in that. And I would personally like to invite each and everyone to the upcoming YosiCon. And if you want to be part, you have not submitted yet. The submissions have closed, but for TNOA, we will make an exception. Anybody who still wants to submit, please email your abstract to secretariat@yosi.in, and we will try to fit in our program. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Nilesh. Next, I would like to call upon Niranjan, my co-convener today, to introduce our YO chair, the state under Dr. Nishant. We did numerous activities in the last tenure, close to 10 activities, 10 bar 10, and he needs no introduction, but Niranjan to do the honors to introduce our your chair, Dr. Nishant.
Thank you so much, Prasanna sir. And it is indeed my privilege to introduce our your task force chairperson, Dr. Nishant Madhivanan. Sir was so kind to say, "Go ahead, Niranjan, say speak what you feel like." But sir, it is indeed our honor to have you as our chairperson, sir. And in fact, the kind of support you've given us over the last tenure of your task force has been phenomenal and immense. So, sir is a national renowned faculty in the field of cornea. He is currently the clinical director and the driving force behind the stringent clinical protocols at MNI Hospital. Sir specializes in refractive surgery, and he is our leading torchbearer for your task force. So, this is my best efforts to try to keep it short, sir. We are very happy to have you with us today. Thank you so much for being there with us. And
Thank you.
All the viewers out there, these were the 10 activities that were carried out
Thank
under
you.
the guidance of Nishant sir and the whole team. You can scan this QR code, or you can go and check all the webinars that has been part of this particular team, from innovations, career guidance. Each one had a different segment: fellowships, social media optimization, finances, and we also had an international global Yo Connect of 11,345 views and counting. And these are the milestones which speaks for itself. And I would also like to call upon Niranjan to introduce the other co-chair, who's also been another guiding force, who hasn't still joined us today. Niranjan, to introduce Dr. Madan sir.
so it is indeed my honor to introduce our co-chairperson of your task force, Dr. V.G. Mandana Gopalan sir. So sir is an accomplished retina surgeon and a UVIT specialist, currently practicing at Salem at JBI Hospital. So he's been an executive managing committee member of TNOA, and he's been a phenomenal support for us in organizing our various activities at your task force, TNOA.
Thank you. Thank you, Niranjan. So myself, Dr. Prasanna and Niranjan, we are going to co-convene the session. And this is going to be 8 capsule 1 with 24 sets of speakers and panel. So we first would call upon innovation segment, innovating as a YO. And we have the world's first surface ablation in upright position. The team, one of the founding members from the team, to actually speak on that and how to think about innovating as a YO. I would like to call upon Dr. Nishant sir to introduce Dr. Vandana Sundaram for her talk.
Yes. Yeah. We welcome Dr. Vandana. So she's actually a gold medalist student in her MBBS, and now she's actually a cornea refractive surgeon at. Well, she did it in Shankara Eye Hospital under the mentorship of J.K. Reddy sir. She's actually won a lot of research awards and even best paper awards. The best thing actually I know about Vandana is, like her mentor, Dr. J.K. Reddy sir, she also likes to innovate. She also likes to try out new things, new techniques, and new machines as such. And now she is a consultant in Shankara Eye Hospital, Coimbatore. And yes, over to you, Dr. Vandana. We'd like to hear you.
Thank you, Nishat sir, for the wonderful introduction. Thanks to TNOA and YOSI for this opportunity. Let me just share my slides. Yeah. So the world's first surface ablation in upright seated position. So there are 3 questions that we had to answer, when we thought of trying to do something different in refractive surgery. First one is why? Why do we want to do something different in refractive surgery? You see, majority of these patients, 2 things that we face during refractive surgery. One is claustrophobia, and the second thing is cyclotorsion. So we wanted to think of something that would, make sure that cyclotorsion is also taken care of, and at the same time the claustrophobia is also taken care of. So that was the reason why we thought of ablation in seated position, because patients are quite comfortable while we're doing YAG capsulotomy, YAG PI, and even PRP for that matter. The second question was, how do we go about it? So we were happy to have this collaboration with this company called Excelsius, which is a Taiwan-based company. They've been in the eczema business for quite some time, and they already had their eczema laser, and they were happy to collaborate with us. The third one is, what is going to set this apart, in reference to the current existing machines. So we thought of, putting up, PRK or, refractive surgery as an office-based procedure, as an OPD-based procedure, so that patients would be much more comfortable. So hence we had the CDO system. The CDO is basically the Spanish name for seated position. So this is a sitting position, cyclotorsion-free eczema laser, which offers surface ablation. So the eczema laser here is the one which is already in market, which is the Micron M7 laser. The clinical trials have been done, and it's been in the market for almost 5 to 10 years right now. So the only new thing which we had to do was build the slit lamp eczema laser delivery system, as well as a robotic arm, which we did in with taking help from Excelsius and the Taiwan engineers. And when it comes to the eczema laser, this is again a flying spot scanning laser with a pulse width of 4 to 8 nanoseconds. So this also has the dynamic matrix algorithm. Therefore, the resolution is increased, and it's got the optimized flying spot technique as well as a fractional ablation. The optimized flying spot technique will make sure that there is no overlap of the laser pulses. So this is how the procedure starts. The first, you have the green light and then the red light. The green light is basically the line light, which has to bisect the pupil, and the red light has to correspond to the center of the pupil. So then we do the pupil centration, the visual axis alignment, and later laser delivery by the foot pedal as well as a touchscreen panel. So this is a brief, we placed this machine in our OPD. So we made a room free, and then we placed the machine in our OPD to see if you can do it like, like seeing OPD, how patients walk in, get PRK done, and then they leave. So this is a simple machine where you can see here in front of you, the slit lamp delivery system. On the left, you can see the computer console. On the right, you can see the eczema laser box. So the whole thing was set up in our cornea OPD. So, and we shot this video with the help of a volunteer. The painting is done. After instilling paracaine, and the eye is painted, and then a speculum is kept. And once this is done, the volunteer rests her chin on the slit lamp. So once this is done, then we use a headband in order to secure the head position to make sure that there is no movement. Here you can see the line light, which is the green light, and the fixation light, and the corresponding image you can see on the system. So this is how the eczema laser delivery system works. So once this is done, the strap is then removed, and then the speculum is removed, and then the patient is sent away here. One thing which is not included in the video is this actually comes with a reclination system. So once the eczema laser is done, the chair is then reclined, then MMC disc is kept, washed, and then a BCL is placed. So next, I'm going to show you a video of how the flying spot laser works in seating position. Here you can see this patient actually had a Barman's membrane dystrophy variant, and he underwent PTK. Here you can see the flying spot laser, which is then, and patient is quite comfortable during the entire procedure. So we corrected a range of refractive errors in this case, where spherical error ranging from around -5.5 to +2.25, and cylindrical error ranging from -3.5 to +2.25. And this is an example of myopic ablation using the CDO laser. On the right, you can see good centered myopic ablation. And this is another example of a hyperopic ablation and a post-cataract surgery residual refractive error patient. You can see the central steepening and the peripheral flattening. So this is an example of a patient who underwent PTK. So you can see the hyperreflectivity on ASOCT. So patient underwent a PTK for about 200 microns. And you can see the good central clearing, and patient maintained a post-op vision of around 6.9. So this laser, so finally the innovation, at the end of the innovation, we had a compact workstation. It was safe and accurate. It was less time consuming. It was patient friendly because it was just like examining under the slit lamp. And the patients were comfortable. There was no claustrophobia. We did not have any episode of vasovagal syncope. This was also cyclotorsion free. And because of the short operation as well as the aspiration distance, there was less plume formation. And the working space was also quite large, and there was less complex mechanics. So this was actually the brainchild of my chief mentor and boss, Dr. J.K. Reddy, and in association with Shankara Center of Innovation and the Excelsius company, we came up with this. On the left are a few more other innovations that have been working on at Shankara Center of Innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, Vandana ma'am. With that, I would call upon Niranjan to introduce the discussants of this capsule talk. Niranjan, over to you.
Thank you, sir. So I'll quickly share my screen.
You want me to share, Niranjan?
It's ready, sir. It's ready. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, perfect.
So I would like to welcome the first discussant for the topic for today, Dr. Aditya Varman, who is a cataract and refractive surgeon and a medical director at YOSI Clinic, Chennai. So he has professional experience and specializes in cataract and refractive surgery and is the head of phacoemulsification training program at YOSI Clinic, Chennai. So he has several accolades to his name, starting with the Best Paper of Session Award, ASCRS, Professor C.P. Gupta Gold Medal Award, Chief Instructor at several courses, including ASCRS, Live Cataract Surgery Presenter at National Ophthalmology Conferences, to name a few. So we would like to welcome you, Adit, sir, for today's topic as a discussant. Sir, shall I introduce the second?
Yeah, go to the next. I'll call up there. And we would also like to welcome Dr. Mohammed Abrar, who is an alumni of RIOGH, and he's a fellow in phaco and comprehensive ophthalmology, and a very dynamic academician, and a quizzing. You can see he's a quizzer, and he has participated and he's won multiple quiz competitions. Over to you guys for the discussion of innovating as a YO topic.
Firstly, ma'am, a very wonderful presentation and a very innovative device, ma'am.
Yeah.
My doubt was, do you get any vasovagal syncope attacks after?
No, none. Actually, we had 45 patients who underwent the procedure, but we did not have any vasovagal attack as such.
So if you want to add mitomycin C or something like that, you just recline the patient there, ma'am?
Yeah, we just recline the chair and then place a mitomycin disc and then wash it off and place a BCL. That's it.
Very nice, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing this presentation in TNOA a couple of years ago. It's a nice innovation because, as you know, as refractive surgeons, one of the things that we have to do is to make the patients calm. So most of the time we have to use our words and use verbal anesthesia to keep patients calm and ensure that they have a good experience, because it's not just giving the patient good vision in refractive surgery. They are very concerned about whether the whole experience was comfortable. So I think this addresses one of those concerns, and if it can produce significant results, that will be great. It will be of use to everyone. So I just have one doubt. So I'm not sure if I got it correctly. So one of the things, especially when you're doing higher amount of ablation in excimer laser, we are concerned about plume formation. So when the patient is sitting upright and in case of doing high ablation, let's say -7 or -8, because the sitting upright, I would expect the plume to be more concentrated downwards. Is that going to affect the ablation pattern when doing higher amount of ablations?
No, actually, no, not yet. It didn't affect actually. So as far as the spherical error is concerned, the maximum that we did was only around -5.5. So we've not gone beyond that for surface ablation. The only place where we actually did more ablation was in those PTK cases who had like Bowman's membrane dystrophy variant, where we did around like 180 microns or 200 microns. And no, the ablation was quite good. There was no disturbance with the ablation. But we didn't go beyond 7-8 diopters, considering that it's surface ablation. And because it was a clinical trial, we stuck to 5.5 was the maximum myopic correction that was done.
Okay, right. Very nice, doctor.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Aditya, sir, and Dr. Abrar, for your inputs. Sir, shall we move on to the next one, sir?
Nilesh, if you are around, I think Nilesh was also into innovations. Nilesh, you are there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I am here.
Yeah. So actually this topic, innovation as a young ophthalmologist, what will be your take to commercialize? You have innovated and you commercialized a product, Dix and Pro. few words on patenting and how to have the innovative mindset for a young ophthalmologist.
So, sir, innovation, I don't think right now in YOs there is a lack of innovation, because every YO is having some or other innovative solution for any problem they are facing. They are trying to make it. The only thing that I tell in my talks also on innovation is try to answer two or three things very honestly. Is that the problem that is for you, is it a problem for everyone? If it is not for everyone, then probably you should not commercialize it. It is for you. If it is for everyone, then find out if anybody is willing to pay for it. If they are going to pay for it, then go for a commercial product. If they're not willing to pay for it, if the solution is not, the solution is very costly, then probably you should not develop it as a commercial product, because any YO or any ophthalmologist will try to have a cost-effective product. So these two questions, if you then honestly, then only move towards patenting. And first thing first, if you have an idea and you are going to commercialize it, patent it. The problem in India is you can't patent your idea. In USA, you can patent your idea also. So if you have any idea, if you want to develop it 5 years later, you just patent it, keep it, and then work on it later. Nobody can steal it from you. But in India, if you want to get it out, get the patent application done. Once the patent application is filed, it is accepted, then you start talking about it and move toward commercialization. And don't talk to any company without that patent and a non-disclosure agreement. That is the main thing that I want to tell.
Thank you, Nilesh.
Thank you, sir.
Before we move on to the next speaker, we have Dr. Gopalan sir, who's also been a pillar for all the YO activities, just like Nishant sir. Sir, a few words from you before we move to the next topic.
Thanks, Prasanna. The only thing that I would like to add here is that try to look for solutions for everyday problems. And one thing that I think would come up on a big level in the next 5-10 years would be AI, integration of AI into our EMRs. So if people can come up with solutions for that, I think that would be very great on a ground level. Thanks, Prasanna.
Thank you.
I think slowly, Madan, we are getting there, because I think one of the EMR is when you see a patient, if you just talk to it, the cornea is clear, and actually everything is actually written down. There is someone who said that they have started doing that. You just talk.
So we have an EMR that we've just introduced. You just put the symptoms and you'll actually get the entire diagnosis. You'll get what treatment has been given. So we are incorporating that right now in SN. It's still in the preliminary phases. So it's very good for syndromic patients. Because sometimes you see something and you don't really know what it is. So with this AI, you just put things in your action plan, like how we do it, and it'll actually give you a syndrome there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Nice to know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Niranjan?
Yes, sir. So next up, we are still continuing with innovation module. So we have with us Shruti ma'am. Dr. Shruti Nishant is a specialist in pediatric ophthalmology and neuro-ophthalmology and strabismology. She is leading the department at MNI Hospital, Chennai. Ma'am has special interests in myopia, complex strabismus, and vision therapy. So every session of AOS related to pediatric ophthalmology, you can spot ma'am there, both as a speaker and as a delegate. So that shows her keen interest in the field. And over to you, ma'am, for your talk for today.
Thank you so much, Niranjan, for having me here. And thank you, Prasanna, and the entire YO team. So I think you have to stop sharing. Can you please?
Niranjan, you have to stop sharing.
Yeah, please stop sharing. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I just wanted to I just wanted to talk about one of the innovations that we have that we are working on, and it's currently in the next stage. But just as an introduction, so we all know sunlight is very important in myopia, and you can see, imagine how looking at the world like this. So that is the myopia, which is an inconvenient truth, and it's now taken over the world. And we see most of the countries report up to from around 30 to up to 80%. And you can see that even in India, in a country like India, by 2050, we are all set to reach 50%. And it's all solvable by one simple solution, and that is sunlight. There are several studies on sunlight that talk about the prevalence and the improvement that it has on myopia. However, the difficulties are we still don't have data on what are the protective factors. What is it? The sunlight? Is it the distance viewing? What is it? Our question is the only way to get a good recall of the sunlight exposure of each child. How can we promote outdoor activity in the parent and the child as a whole? And to solve this problem, we came up with a Lumino sundial. Now, this is a innovation it's simple, it's wearable, it's on the wrist, and it has this kind of a display that you see, and it has a heart rate sensor, toggles on the side, and an ambient light sensor. So the ambient light sensor is the primary sensor here, which allows us to look at the illuminance levels that the child is being exposed to. It also gives us the UV index the child is exposed to, the IR index, the physical activity using an accelerometer, the heart rate using pulse, the pulse rate and the ambient temperature. And using an algorithm using AI, it finds out the overall outdoor time. So it takes a measurement every 5 seconds, which is then averaged to 1 minute. And then so we have 1 hour, 60 readings that are taken. So it is also connected to a mobile phone application, and you can see that it is accessible by the parent on their phone, and it gives a clear idea of how much time in real time the child is exposed to, and it also gives a goal setter. So this is how we started out, like with these chips of comparing how the luxometer versus the device itself, and we found that there was a 0.786 r square, which was good correlation between the luxometer and the device. So based on this, we set out to explore it by placing it 7 days in outdoor sunlight, outdoor shade, outdoor natural illumination, and outdoor artificial light. And every time we kind of picked up these beautiful readings that you get, and each reading is a mean of 3,360 values. And you can see how beautifully it is different across different exposures. Like outdoor direct sunlight is very high, around 30,000, whereas the indoor artificial light is barely 10.8. So you can see that it gives us very reliable, good readings, and you can see these graphs that you can collect on a real-time basis. And this is a 24-hour graph of visible light. The same thing can be calculated for UV index as well, and also for IR. So this is for the visible light you can see across the 4, and this was statistically significant between outdoor direct and outdoor shade, and indoor natural illumination and indoor artificial light. And the same goes for UV as well. You can see that there is a definite difference between outdoors and indoors. What we did find, which was very interesting, is that outdoor shade sometimes can have very less lux value pickup, and whereas indoor natural illumination, especially near a window, can have quite a high significance. This was interesting information because it goes to say that if a child sits right next to a window, they might be getting more illumination or enough illumination. So it really doesn't matter that your child is outdoors. As long as they are near sunlight, even if it's next to a window, they still get their adequate amount of sunlight. And that was interesting information that we harvested from the device. And not just that, we went one step ahead, and we also put all of this data into artificial intelligence. We used machine learning to kind of test the data. So we collected data and we put it into testing, and then training, and then testing. And we found that there was very good correlation between the training and the testing, and an accuracy of 67% was achieved. We are working to make it more accurate so that it tells us whether we are outdoors or indoors. So basically, the machine is now primed to tell whether the child is outdoors or indoors, and gives us the number of hours that the child is actually outdoors. So we did a wearability and a compliance study, and with about 20 kids in a school, we found the compliance was 83% with good feedback, and we also found that the number of hours was quite less. So yeah, coming to this device itself, it's a reliable measurement of sunlight exposure. It's a pivotal research tool to find out new information. For the clinician, it's a customized way of myopia control. And for the parent and child, it gives an active feedback promoting outdoor activity. These are my references and acknowledgements. And at some point, this is me as a child, and these are my children today. At some point, we need to change the narrative and make sunlight our home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shruti ma'am. We'll quickly move to the discussions. Dr. Karthik Mahalingam and Dr. Atul. I'm just going to share the screen. Yeah. So Dr. Karthik Mahalingam is an executive member of YOSI, and he's an ex assistant professor at RP Center, AIMS, and currently now practicing in JIPMA. And he has 72 PubMed publications, and his H-index of 11 speaks for themselves. And he's an innovator who has done many R&D, and he has published a book on pediatric glaucoma, and he has innovated many measurement tools for pediatric glaucoma. And another R&D YO is Dr. Atul S. Puttalit. I call upon Nishant sir to introduce Dr. Atul, our other discussion. Nishant sir, you are there?
Yeah. Welcome, Dr. Atul. So he's been the assistant professor and medical consultant of retina in Arvindai Hospital, Madurai, and he's published more than 30 articles and indexed journals. And he's also a recipient of more than 25 awards. I can say that every YOSI person has got amazing awards and achievements and publication. We welcome you both to have a discussion about Dr. Shruti's talk. Dr. Atul is there?
Hello.
Yeah, you're audible. Doctor.
Yes, Atul.
Yeah,
I can take
please continue, Dr. Karthik. Yeah.
First, thank you, Dr. Prasanna, Dr. Nishant, and Dr. Niranjan, and Dr. Atik for inviting me this. I just heard it's a wonderful talk and a wonderful innovation about exploring the light for myopia. And I was wondering, is it for only for India situation in India, or in abroad also the lighting will be different? Is there any difference in the regional variation in lighting which contributes to myopia? I think, is there anything like that?
Yes. So what we are studying, so we really don't have evidence as to what is it in the outdoors that actually protects. So that's why this device, we wanted to explore every aspect of outdoors and to see what is it that actually gives the protection. So we actually conducted an interesting pilot study with a group in Netherlands. We had the Rotterdam group who took some of our devices and they wanted to test how the geographic pattern kind of varies, and we found it was really drastic. They have winter and snow and lack of sunlight for pretty much 6 to 8 months of the year. And in spite of that, their kids are, having similar or lesser amounts of myopia than our kids. And when we compared the sunlight patterns, like India has so much more sunlight than their region. And we did this over 2 seasons. We did it during summer and we did it during winter. And during winter, it is terrible. Like their sunlight patterns are really low. It's like almost like an indoor setting. Whereas in our country, even the winters are quite good. We have good amount of sunlight. So this again answers one question. This again puts forth one question that it need not be the direct lux, but probably even the UV index, because the UV index was somewhat similar, even though the lux levels were low. So that brings us to the question that maybe could it be a UV index that we're looking at? So now we're trying to incorporate spectrometers in the device itself as a sensor to kind of look into it. So because many of these questions are unanswered, this device helps us to explore these interesting questions.
Okay. Initially, I was thinking the outdoor activity, I was thinking that kids will see at a far object that only contributes to myopia. Now only I'm thinking that even the light, even the lux also contributes. To be interesting to see.
Yeah. So we still don't know, like if it's just seeing far or if it's the lux itself. So we're answering all those questions.
Yes, Dr. Atul.
Wonderful talk, ma'am. Thank you for introducing us to your sensor that measures the lux. So, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes, Atul.
Okay. So just a few points that I just wanted to clarify. Like, so you're going to measure these lux in order to say that in the future that certain amount of lux when exposed can prevent certain amount of myopia being progressed, like to prevent its progression, right? That's the plan. So what about the concept of peripheral defocus and the hyperopic defocus, which is being already proven it is contributing to the axial elongation of the axial length? So how do you feel I agree, like measuring the UV is in a way beneficial, but if the entire eye is going to be exposed to the same amount of UV, even the central part of the eye and also the periphery. So nowadays, especially this Kubota glass, I think you are aware of the Kubota glasses from Japan. So they have come out with a goggles that makes the peripheral part of your eyeball, the lights, specifically focusing there using augmented reality. And the lights they are using is similar to the UV spectrum, basically the sunlight. So, and their results are very promising, almost 97% accuracy in preventing progression of myopia compared to all the other existing technologies. So, so how do you feel like the way the sensor is sensing the sunlight, is that alone enough, or like how do you feel you're going to integrate it into the practice? Like how will it change the way we treat myopia as such?
So actually, this was devised as a preventive tool primarily, but so when we started looking at questionnaires because we only have questionnaires. So it's proven that sunlight is protective. Sunlight or even outdoors, we still don't know what it is, but outdoors is protective. There are several studies with very strong evidence for outdoors. But what I started out was it more as a preventive tool to prevent myopia in kids. And for those who already have myopia, evidence already says that sunlight after myopia onset may not be as effective. So in these cases, like Kubota glass, if you've seen it, it has these kind of lights that are on around that, and they kind of push the light inside.
Push the light into your eyes.
They don't look really convenient, I don't think a child may be really comfortable wearing them, number one. But even if those kind of devices are really coming into vogue and they're going to do, we need to know what is the kind of spectrum that the eye responds to, what is the kind of UV, which spectrum of UV it responds to, and how can we mimic it as close to natural light. And these devices, what we're doing is primarily allowing them naturally to kind of respond through their lifestyle practices. So we can't have a kid who's constantly looking at the screen and then having these glasses on that helps control them. We want them to also kind of naturally align their lifestyle to do more outdoors. So because outdoors is extremely protective in myopia. So I think if we're looking at two aspects, and I am very sure these intervention strategies will help in controlling myopia, but these kind of help in preventing.
Yeah. So so once the cause and effect is fully established, then like you say, if the sunlight is itself is the cause and the effect intended. So once that is actually established and the evidence is brought out, then maybe your sensor and more goggles or more kind of like preventive measures that intervention can help in retarding myopia. So I feel a lot of work still has to be done in the cause and effect part before we develop more devices. And I don't have any financial interest in Kubota glasses, but they say that 1 hour of myopic defocus will cancel out 11 hours of hyperopic defocus. So the Kubota glasses is very promising, and I hope it comes to this part of the world as well. And it's definitely going to change how myopia is being treated. So just to put out a word. Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful talk, man.
A quick question to all the three, or each one of you can answer. So what will be the mindset for a YO for R&D, research and development? What will be the quick feedback or guidance that you would be giving for a YO, any innovation, the research and development point of view?
So at the outset, like once you have you should definitely have a problem. Definitely, either it can be yours or something that you have imbibed from outside. So once you have a problem and you are gonna work on it, and then you will get an initial idea or maybe even a prototype as such. But then if you are gonna do an intensive R&D, like I was talking about a bit earlier, you actually need to know, like you're gonna spend your time and energy and monetary, money as well into it. So the research and development, if it is very much investment intensive, you should also know that it can be two things. Like Dr. Nilesh said, it can be something that is going to give you monetary returns. It can be marketable. It can be sold in the market. But if it is something like a groundbreaking treatment or something that is going to change the way a disease is treated. So if there are two aspects of our innovation. So it's not always monetary. I just want to put it out there. At the end of the journey, in a way, it can have monetary benefits, but sometimes it is to change the way mankind treats or behaves. How a disease is seen and how we respond to it. So that is another way to approach innovation as well. It can change the way we treat, not just how we write medications or sell products. So once you have that idea in your mind, you have to put intensive research. You have to, like ma'am has researched on a lot of existing sensors. There are many sensors even now, like there are advanced tracking watches which can sense UV index. So there are many sensors already available. So how can you make it better? And then you have to develop it, and development of an innovation is not just by yourself. You need a team. Sometimes obviously we are all not from engineering backgrounds, so you need engineers along with you. And if you have good and if it is a patentable idea, like Dr. Nilesh said, better to patent it before you approach a company. But if you see something is not, you cannot scale it up, then obviously you can take help, and then you can tie up with other researchers, like-minded people, and you can develop it from there.
Karthik, you want to add a quick comment?
Yeah. The thing is, for research and innovation, the basic thing a person needs is the curiosity. Why it is done in this way? Why can't it be done in a simpler way? If they have still have the curiosity going on in their mind, if they keep on thinking, find a simpler solution, they will get some better ideas. And you should approach the right person. As Dr. Atul was saying, you need some engineers for certain kind of things. You need to approach the right person so that your ideas can be implemented. Yeah.
Thank you. Niranjan, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shruti ma'am, for the wonderful talk, and the panelists, Atul sir and Karthikeyan sir, for your inputs. We are now going to move on to a whole new paradigm. So it is just a second. Let me quickly share my screen. So now next up is finance for yours, how to plan your money. So to speak on this topic, we have Dr. Ramanan, who is an eye surgeon, financial educator, and an evolving farmer as well. So he has multiple dimensions to him. So he's done his post-graduation from RIOGOH, Chennai, and he is having a detailed portfolio profile in the field of finance. So this is his profile in brief that we've tried to compile. So thank you, Dr. Ramanan, for agreeing to be with us today evening. And over to you for your informative talk about finance for young ophthalmologists.
Thank you, Niranjan, and thank you, your team. You people are always been close to me because I can see Prasanna sir is there, who has always been there everywhere. Wherever you see, you can see the energy from sir. And thank you, Atik sir. Thank you, Nishant sir. Everybody is doing a very good job. I'm actually closely following only YOSI only. If you ask me if you are presently in any other organization you are following or not, I'm following YOSI. I can be very honest with you. And I'll go straight away go to my presentation and we'll have a discussion later. So this talk is of financial interest only, that I can tell you very clearly. It is going to give some 8 to 9 years of my experience in just 4 to 5 minutes. That's what I wanted to convey here. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, Ramana, we can.
Yeah. So this is just a basic overview. I'm not going into in-depth analysis of what finance is all about, but I'm going to give some basics. So finance, you need most important part. If you want to build wealth, you need to have a good health, and you need to know where your expenses are happening, and you need to have an emergency fund. You should have a proper term and health insurance. Then you should go for the debt handling, because whenever you are building a clinic or building a business, or for example, the whole content of YOSI today is about innovation, R&D, you definitely need a proper debt handling or taking your finances in a proper way. This session is going to give you some brief overview. Whenever you want to build wealth, you have to have compounding with you by your side. You need a proper health. So like the most ignorant people in the whole planet should be doctors. I can tell you that, because almost in a study in India, almost 70 to 80% of doctors are definitely obese, which I am saying the body mass index with central obesity is always there. So try to start from today, hit maybe tomorrow 5,000 steps to 10,000 steps per day. Try to do intermittent fasting, cut down sugars from everything. Learn to say no is the most important part in finance. Like that's what I learned in the past 9 years. That's the very important core psychology behind money. So what are the common mistakes everybody has to avoid? That I will mention it here. Avoid lifestyle inflations. Do not go for credit cards, like everybody can give you so many tips in the credit card part, but I'll tell you very honestly, it is not going to give a fruitful measure once you start doing or purchasing or feeding your brain with a lot of products. So in the insurance part, you should avoid certain products. Whenever there is a mix of investment and insurance, try to avoid that. These are the no's you should know. Trading is not a investment. Trading is a skill which is like our specialty. It's ophthalmology. After MBBS, you have to learn all that thing to do trading part. Remember, there is a thing called asset, there is a thing called liability. If it is going to take your money and not going to produce any return of investment, it is a liability. And many of us will be holding liabilities in the form of gadgets and car and bikes, and everything will be there. That is a liability which is not going to produce any return. So asset is a thing which gives you money, which gives back money, which can be real estate or mutual funds. So that part you should be very clear. Only one thing you have to understand from this discussion for the next 5 to 10 minutes is understanding inflation and compounding. So inflation is always been there. It is a minus symbol. Whenever you are like keeping your money in your bank account, it is not going to produce anything. Even though if you are saving a lot, every year your money purchasing power is getting reduced. For example, I have to say, if you are if you are having 100 rupees today, next year it will be 93 rupees or 92 rupees only. That's it. It drains out a lot. Compounding is a magic, seriously. That one thing why Albert Einstein is going to mention about compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Is these two words are super important in finance. If you want to learn, if you want to do investing, if you are understanding, you are investing, you will be earning it. If you are not understanding, taking too much of debts, taking too much of liabilities, you are going to pay the interest for the EMI, let's say, and also the inflation added into that. That's why the compounding happens in the negative way. So that part, everybody should be very clear. So next 2 minutes is going to be very important. If you want to invest, diversify into 3 asset classes. Keep 30% allocation to stock markets and equity portfolio. Don't get afraid about it. I'm going to give you a beautiful strategy in next 1 minute. And have gold and have fixed income always with you. Then you are settled for your life. And all you need is just a plan to start with 1,000 and properly evaluate yourself and build your goals. Have advisor with you. That's what I wanted to do. Social media, YouTube, they are all not advisories. You can build your own knowledge by reading and going through certain things, but do not experiment too much with the direct equity. One thing is definitely needed for everybody is to learn your expense calculation. It can be done easily with the last 6 months of PhonePe or GPay record. If you know that figure clearly for investing or building your finance, it is going to give a lot of impact on your real time. So these two things you should never ignore, because we are going to survive long or we are going to have some problem. Always take your health and term insurance properly without any issues there, any masalas. Don't go involve any insurance or investment products. This story I wanted to tell people. You go to stock market is simple. If you understand this story, stock market is done and dusted. You go to any market, any vegetable market, there will be some quality big vendors, some middle people who will be selling that kind of vendors, and some very small kind vendors will be always there in the market. This is how a vegetable market works. Stock market is really equal to that. The top 100 people are called large caps. These are all quality vendors who have very good vegetables with them. You can purchase, but you can't negotiate much. The 101 to 250, that central 150 people are called mid caps. Now I think you people can understand the stock market. That 150 members are going to be called mid caps, and anyone other than the 250 to 8,000, they are called small caps, micro caps, SME. It applies to the market also. You go to the mid cap people, you can negotiate a bit, you can get a little amount of quality vegetables, and you can be happily go. But in the small cap sector, you can purchase it in a very lower price. Again, risk is always there. One important slide I want to give it of today is this one. If you understand this, you can understand much clearly about what is mutual fund. Mutual fund is very, very simplified category. It is not the ad which you see. Mutual fund investment or subject to market risk is actually the worst ad anyone can get, because that word had kept many people away from investing. For example, in mutual funds, there are 70 lakh crores are under management. Only 25 to 30 lakh crores are in stock market related fund. Rest 45 lakh crores are invested in fixed income creation, or let's say hybrid products. In this, I have to point out most important thing. If you want to invest for 1 month to 1 year also, you can choose funds which are more safety, and they can give you a fixed return, which starts with the liquid funds and it can go to hybrid funds. If you have anywhere more than 3 to 5 years, if you are having in that segment only, you should go for the stock market related funds, or else you should never touch stock market related funds. So people used to say, have an index fund, start investing there. You start investing with the fixed income and hybrid products. One such hybrid product I'm going to share now in the end of this discussion. That is going to be a very, very decent product. This plan is actually a realistic plan to achieve 1 crore. I'm going to share these slides also. Anybody can go through that. You can understand very easily. If you really want to learn and get this 1 crore, that is the basic barrier for anybody to have a good financial stability, is to hold 1 lakh or 50,000 of your couple. If a couple is investing 50,000 or 35,000 per month, it will be somewhere around 70,000 to 1 lakh. If you can invest it for next 5 to 7 years, you can have 1 crore with you, which is inflation adjusted, realistic return, post-tax adjusted return. The allocation is very simple. 50% hold it in stock market related, 25% in hybrid funds, and 25 to 30% you can hold it always in fixed income kind of funds. So this part and the next part is for discussion. We'll go to the discussion part and we'll give some basic content here. And the very important part you have to learn is, like, for the past 10 years, I had compiled the data here. Everything points out to a very basic kind of asset allocation. If you hold 30 to 50% of stock market and 30 to 50% of fixed income bracket and gold, you will be in the better position in your next 10 years of life. It should not be a pure stock market allocation. That's what people are having complaints now. You can see here, if you are skipping stock market, you are losing so much of returns. This is the last 10 years of CAGR, where the mid caps and small caps are like doing much better, even the international equity. So the bonus point here I wanted to share is this kind of category of mutual funds. Most of us won't be knowing it because we will be always been given content in equity related funds. These are all called multi-asset allocation. These funds have a very good role in your finance. So for example, the equity related funds are having too much of risk factor because they are stock market oriented funds. For example, you can take ICICI Pro multi-asset. In this multi-asset category, the returns for last 1 year is 11.8, and they diversify in 7 asset classes. What are the 7 asset classes? It's very simple. If you take 100 rupees, they split it into 5 to 7 asset classes and they invest. So that is a take-home message. Always have a proper plan and then try to implement them. And stock market is your friend. If you try to utilize them in a proper way, you can always scale it up. Your returns, the general return, it should be 12 to 15%. If you try to aim, you are in the top 1% in the return, because Warren Buffett itself was like compounding 20% to 21% only. So don't aim for too much. Risk is not equivalent to return. Returns should be done in a diversified manner. Always hold real estate, always hold this kind of allocations along with gold. You will be in the best position in your life. Thank you, YOSI team. It's a wonderful opportunity for me. Thank you so much, sir.
Wow, Dr. Ramanan, thank you. Thank you so much for simplifying a very complex topic for us in a matter of 3 to 5 minutes. And it was indeed a pleasure listening to you. Next up, we have our panelists. I request Prasanna sir to introduce the panelists.
Yeah, next I would like to call upon 2 of my good friends. We felt they'll be the right person to discuss beyond investing, finances and beyond. So much that a young ophthalmologist needs to know. And none other than Dr. Shiva Vignesh, who's an alumni of Government TNOA Medical College and RIOGH. And he's also an academic person as well, FICO, MRCS, FAICO, and he has presented and published in various congresses and special interest in cataract and relax. And next, I would call upon Nishant sir to introduce the next person, Dr. Ranjit.
Yes, hi. I would like to introduce Dr. Ranjit, who did his master's in Narumada Hospital. He's assistant professor of Department of Ophthalmology in Pollachi. He's got Ani Eye Care Center, which is a private setup. So he's also a member of TNOA and All India and YOSI. So his thesis is regarding glaucoma, and he's presented multiple papers in AIOS and TNOA. Hi, Dr. Ranjit. Welcome.
Good evening, sir. Very welcome, sir.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the invite. And Ramanan, you have been concise everything possible way into a nutshell. It's very hard to discuss this
True, sir.
topic
In 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's very hard. And I have only two things to.
Yes, sir.
Just I want to add on showing that components of a fund management, you showed me that should have an emergency fund.
Correct, sir.
Then with regarding health insurance, everything. I would like to add on that emergency fund and health insurance. Apart from that, we can have also professional indemnity insurance.
True, sir.
Nowadays, it's very, very, very much essential for the surgeons.
Yeah.
So if YOSI also provides and AIOS also provides, and definitely I insist every youngster to go for it. And number two thing, we were discussing about the asset allocation. With regarding gold as an ornament or as a coin or SGB,
yes, sir.
Please, can you discuss in 2 minutes?
Yes,
So
sir.
that everyone will know.
The best form of gold which is available in India was sovereign gold bonds, sir. But the problem is they stopped it in 2024. It is available in secondary market, but they are not the best way to invest right now. Any investor who want to hold physical gold, always you can go for so many gold schemes are available. But the problem with them is there is GST, there is making charges, there is always they will do almost charges which eats away the gold's return adjusted to inflation. If you want to enjoy the returns of gold, you can always use the ETFs. There is always exchange traded funds or gold related funds are there. Two important points is ETFs can be purchased like a stock, and there is always an entry barrier for that to people to enter. But if you are going for mutual funds, there is always a very minimal expense, but you can enter any rupees, 100 rupees, 500 rupees, no problem in that. Whenever you can buy, you can sell it at any time. So ETFs are the expense will be very, very minimal, and also funds, the expenses are there because they are also going to again invest in the ETFs only. So it's indirect way to go into the gold, but the best form is to always go for purchasing in that kind of ETFs or mutual funds where they are just keeping it, because there is no storage problem, nothing. Liquidity is very super easy. You can purchase it. One can split it into two parts. They can purchase physical gold, and they can hold gold in this forms also if they are too much into gold investing. And again, gold in India, it should not cross 10% or 15% of monthly allocation. Why? Because everybody will be always having gold in their allocation, because every family in India will be always having ornamental gold with them. So if you want to look at the investment perspective, if you are doing SIP, it should not cross more than 15% for a return perspective, because SIP takes away the risk of equity investment in a maximized way. So you can always happily go and do more with the goal of 5 to 7 years and keep 10%, 15% for gold. You can do gold in any way.
I have a question, Nishant. Can I?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ramanan, in
Yes,
general, building a house for yourself or buying a house
Yes,
is
sir.
an asset or a liability?
It is asset to me, sir. Many advisors will tend to have a different opinion. If it is a single house, it is an emotional value. If the person is going to hold or they are going to build a house for themselves, which is the first house for them, definitely go for it, sir. Definitely go for it. In personal finance, only one loan is allowed. That is actually even Harvard study, MIT, everybody had given one thing. You have to definitely hold one real estate. That should be your home. That should be your first thing, sir. No doubts about it. You can plan for it and pay a down payment, and then you go for it. That debt structuring should be done for them. That is mainly important, but always go for the home, sir. No problem in that. But how you are purchasing it is actually a game changer. How much you are not going into EMIs or very, very lavish lifestyle home. That part and all is tricky. So how they are planning it is very, very important. For example, that one point I have to say, if you are investing in mutual funds or stock market, if you are selling all the assets, there is always a tax liability is there. If you are purchasing a home or you are going to build a home for you at the first time, all the taxations are forfeited if you are buying a house for yourself. The capital gains tax is zero for you if you are purchasing that's section 54, 54F. It is there. That
Thank
one
you.
point is there. So you can directly invest, pay for 40, for example, 1 crore home you are buying, 30 to 40 lakhs you can pay as a down payment with zero tax. That is actually a very big bonus because 12.5% tax is gone.
Because I was under the impression your hospital and your house is not a asset. Reason being, you sell it, you have nowhere else to go. So I used to consider both as liabilities. So thanks for clarifying that.
Anything which creates emotional value also is assets. That too, one home is definitely asset only because it creates a lot of flexibility for you. Which how you are going it is very important. Hospital is a business, sir. Business is always like investment and return of investment only, but there is always risk. Is there only two kind of people have money in the world? One is having a business, another one is investor. Investor doesn't have too much of headache like business people.
Super, Ramanan. Just to add, Dr. Atik, yes, house and hospital, what he says is true. Having multiple lands, like people say that you buy land for that becomes a liability.
Liability, true, sir.
So, and nowadays, what they actually say is if you want to purchase, how you want to pay loans is invest in mutual funds. The returns you get should be able to pay your EMI.
Dr. Madan sir, who's also very active in this part of beyond ophthalmology. Your comments on this, sir?
Yeah, I'll go with 2-3 comments. One to Atik first. See, a house is definitely an asset, just that we don't include that in a portfolio. As simple as that. The second one, Siva Vignesh was talking about gold. In our in-law side, the business itself is in gold and silver. So if you notice, gold ran up until, let's say, March or something. And now if you see, silver is running up. So once you know the cycles, you know how to game the cycle to your benefit. So if you look at silver in the last 3-4 months, it's run up quite a lot, and it has a lot of catching up to do with gold, and that is going to go up in the next 2-3 months. So not a recommendation by any way, just follow the cycles. Finally, one
you learn in the next 2-3 months is what you've conveyed. Am I right, Madan?
That's it. Look back and then learn for yourself. And one more question, if I may, to Dr. Ramanan. Wonderful talk.
Yes. Thank you.
Something that I know in my short experience is that it's not something that is seen. It's not something that's flashy. It always flies under the radar, and wealth is something that is not, visible to too many people. But how do you convey this to, your close friend or someone who lives in a completely different dimension? The flashy kind, you live only once, YOLO types. I have a lot of those guys around me, and they simply don't get the drift. They're people really close to me. I want to convey this, and somehow I'm not being able to do it. So I'd like a professional like you to guide me.
This is a wonderful question, sir. That's why I did my advisory, sir. I can be very honest with you. That's why I went for the licensing part, and I had seen many people who had done so many mistakes. In fact, one incident completely changed me. Is like one of the close friends' mother is a retired pediatrician. She's retired and she had a corpus of somewhere around 70 lakhs. She went on to go for a Telegram group advisory and she lost 70 lakhs in a scam. It is there in newspaper also. It is like a forex scam is there. And always been watching the chit fund scams or always been running. So even for me, I had personally lost money into crypto. I had lost money into some kind of businesses. That has always been there. So it is like people who are burning their hands. If you want to make them in a proper way, you have to be in a proper way to advise them or tell them something to make them understand. So there are only two kinds of people: one who follow a proper guide, and the another one will burn their hand and they'll come back to you and they'll follow you. So whichever way they want, they can do. Money is just like a river, sir. It flows everywhere. It doesn't have any discrimination. It goes everywhere it wants. If you want, you can take a bucket, you can water your garden, you'll be happy. Or else it will just flash out and go on away. For many people, they will miss the river or anything. Their garden will be dried up only. So it's there.
A quick question to Dr. Ranjit here, who's one of practitioners who started his practice very recently. What is that you would tell a YO, Dr. Ranjit, who's aspiring to start a practice, and you have started yours, and something that you would want to share regarding finances when it comes to
Yes.
practice starting?
Good evening, Dr. Prasna. First of all, I thank Dr. Nishant sir and Dr. Prasna sir for inviting us and joining this, getting connected with all leading practitioners. And it was a great talk, Dr. Ramanan. By the data, I can see you how you're planning your financial status and all. As Prasanna says that just now I have started my individual practice. As of now, what I think is investing in our own practitioners, OCT machines, or some fundus camera. Most of the devices what we are investing in our clinic. So those are, I think, these are the big assets for us, so that we can multiply our business by treating also patients. As of now, I think that this will be fine.
Yes, sir. If you have emergency fund, health and term insurances, then investments for you to build 100% solid, sir.
Yes.
Can always do for it. If you find some amount is there lying, if it is going to be there for next year, you can always go for liquid funds or arbitrage kind of funds. You'll be happily getting 7% out of it without any headaches.
Thank you, Dr. Ranjit. Anything you want to add, Dr. Ranjit, Dr. Shiva, before we move to the next lot?
I think and again, and many of our parents had a family friend where these people convinced to sell up their policies, like the endowment policies, where many of us would have taken for the tax exemption. I think it's no more an investment. What do you say, Ramanan? I just want to insist on that. LIC is no more a investment policy.
They're not an investment, sir, nowadays. Like they are draining a lot. So obviously it is there. For tax saving, there are multiple options are there. There are better plans also is there for them.
Any comments?
Great, Ramanan.
Before we move? Dr. Ranjit? I think you're not audible. Anyway, Niranjan, we'll move to the next slot. We had a wonderful discussion with the finances part, chipping in by many bio stalwarts like Madana Gopal sir and practitioners like Dr. Ranjit and Shiva Vignesh. Let's move to the next part, Niranjan.
Thank you. I think the topic is like a hygroscopic topic. It's a topic that attracts the attention of all, I believe. So thank you, Dr. Ramanan and Dr. Dinesh and Dr. Ranjit for sharing your valuable inputs on this out of syllabus topic, I would say. And thank you for being there with us. Now let us move on to another very interesting topic that is very pertinent to young ophthalmologists and in whole the Gen Z and the new era, right? So the social media for effective practice for young ophthalmologists. And indeed, we have a very special speaker for today, Dr. Dhruval Khurana, who's done his MS from Mahatma Gandhi Medical College and Research Institute, VR Fellowship from Arvind Eye Hospital, Chennai. And his hashtag or his page stands Mad for Oftal. So I think that goes to say a lot. And the numbers are testament to his success in this arena. So he has several accolades to his academic scholarship, but I think he's here on a different mission. So over to Dr. Dhruval for his talk for today on this very interesting topic.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening to all the TNOA and YOSI members. And special thanks to Dr. Prasanna for giving me this opportunity to present over here. So without wasting any time, I will start my presentation, which is effective social media practice for use. So the first question is why social media presence is important for you and what do you want to achieve from it? So is it that you want to increase your patient referrals or you want to enhance your patient education or you want to build a professional network of ophthalmologists or any your subspecialty, or you want to showcase your expertise? You want to create a social awareness regarding any disease or any trend which or any pandemic which comes, or you want to use it as an earning tool, or all of the above. So the first thing is that you should choose the right platform. So the first four things, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Threads, are all owned by the same company. And the most recent and the dynamic one is the Instagram. They are all Gen Z people use that. Now, Twitter X generally is for geopolitics and national interests, and LinkedIn is for more of the working professionals. YouTube needs time and dedication. So it is not like on Instagram, you just in 10 seconds you can do everything. It is not like that. Telegram is not much interactive in terms of comments or likes, or you are not able to respond to each and individual, and it is more of a personal thing. And TikTok is out of question for because it is banned in India, and Pinterest, I don't think anyone will be using now. So focus on the platform that aligns with your goals and where your target audience is most active. This is the first step. Second thing is to create a unique handle. So by convention, we keep our handle name is like, by our names. So for example, by my name, I would have kept like Dhruval Khurana or something like that. But we should keep it little peculiar, like Skin Whisperer, Heartbeat MD, Tiny Humans MD, Brain Bites, Mind Matters, and I would like to mention Dr. Uday Devgan sir, because he has kept, I think he launched this thing in 2018, and that time he kept it as cataract coach. So that was very unique of him. And know your audience, whether whom do you want to uh, what is your target audience? So is it interns, or is it PGs or colleagues, or you want to address general public, everyone you want to address, and you should understand that what content resonates with them. So, after the end of the day, I'm currently doing my fellowship from Arvind I Chennai, and after 7 o'clock, if I open Instagram, I don't want to see boring things, and again, it will be too much academic for me. So, looking at Instagram page, audience should not feel bored. There should be, I don't know whether this word exists or not, but I have used the word called medutainment. It should be medicine plus entertainment, and it should be interesting also. I should like to see it. So now you should create an engaging content. I like to play a reel. So this was the reel of my second year PG residency, and it has crossed more than 1 million views. So first thing is that you should have a good audio, and it is a audio visual input on the output on the Instagram. So alone good audio cannot pull the reel for more views. Neither alone good content can or good visual outcome can pull the reel. So there should always be a combination of both. So again, I like to play two reels and compare them that how they were different. So first is the ILM peeling video. And the next video is of So the first reel crossed almost 1 million views, and the second reel crossed only 15K views. So what was so unique about ILM peeling video? So that there is one song called Dhak Dhak which I used, which was trending in the audios, and it is a procedural video, so everybody is liking to see it. Now, impression of endo laser on a gas bubble. This is very rare. I saw first time in my OPD, and I showed it to my HOD. It was very unique, but it is not relatable by general public. Many of the residents, if you show it, they will be like, "What is this? We don't know." So something which we don't know, we don't like to see it. That's all. Now, again, I have compared three real photos, and I will discuss each and every one of them. So first is that there is an eyelash which is there inside the anterior chamber. Now, it is a very unique video. Now, why it crossed more than 6 lakh views was that it is that the condition is described properly in that, and the I used a trending Tamil song, and anyone can see and correlate with it that what has happened, and it had a very wider audience reach. While the second one, I have just written OSSN. Now it might be unique, but the description is very short. Now if a general person watches this, he has to go on Google and search what is OSSN. So again, it is too tiring, and the reach is only limited to a few ophthalmologists or interns. And the last one is a cake decoration test, which we generally do in pediatric department, just to see whether the vision is good or not for the babies. Now there is so much written on that no one will like to read it, so it has only crossed 9,000 views. So don't type too much. Now I will like to tell something that you should always follow the trend and the audios which are going on the Instagram. So I'll like to show my reel one more time. So this trend was going on Instagram, that you are using this audio and you are putting this one love thing everywhere. So I thought, let me put it in a fundus thing. So the first 5 seconds should be very captivating, like you should be able to grab the attention of the audience. In first 5 seconds, if you lose the contact, the person will just go to the next reel. So your reel should prevent the next scroll of the person. Now, you know that without salt, you cannot make a good gravy. So the sense of humor, it is the salt of existence. So always put something which is very much funny. I'll play again 2 more reels.
Dhruval, audio is not coming.
Reels audio, sir?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there any audio or you're just playing the video?
No, sir, audio, sir. Now?
Okay, I don't know whether for
You'll
others.
have to share with audio. Share your screen with audio. There will be an option to share with audio.
1 second, sir. Share screen. Share sound. Okay. So I think my previous all reels were not were with audio.
The first one came with audio. After that, I think I didn't hear.
Okay, sir.
No worries. Continue from here.
My audio is coming?
Yeah.
Now it's coming, Dr. Dhruv.
Yes. So, yes, sir. So this was the first reel where the resident is looking like, he has always been giving in SICS, and he's just looking at the fake code that when I will get to do it. And one more video I'll play.
Black talk, big t-shirt, Billy.
So how a consultant is flexing that I have done 500 surgeries, and me after doing just one cataract surgery, I am being so happy. So now the fifth point is you have to be very consistent. You have to establish a regular posting schedule. You have to maintain a frequency, and you have to analyze your analytics that which time the reach is maximum. Like, so for me, it was evening 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And never post on a weekends because you people are enjoying their life, they are partying, and never post on working hours. So no one will be there to see your reel. And the last point is don't overcrowd your reels. You should not post 5-6 reels in a day. Just slowly each and every day, or maybe twice or thrice a week, you should post with a regular schedule. Now, sixth point is you should engage with your audience. Social media is not just about broadcasting. It is about engaging with them in conversations. You should share your some informative articles, tips, FAQs, or you can do polls, quizzes. So I always, every 6 months, I do a giveaway of my own cup, which I have designed. Hashtag Mad for Oftal, and it is very fancy. I'll show the photos also later, that what and all emojis and photos I have put on that cup. But so every 6 months I ask quizzes or any contest I do, and I do a giveaway for that. And always show appreciation for whatever the support which audience is giving it to you, or the audience is giving to you. Now, this is one more option which has been added now recently. You can collaborate with other influencers. So I have many friends from even Mexico and many other places. So I collaborate with them, and there is an option called tag. Before posting a reel, there is an option to tag people, and you can go to invite collaborators, and you can invite them. So cross promote each other. And there is one more trend which is going on nowadays, that it is like, what they do is they take someone else's video and they show their reaction on it. So they also go very much. You should always give a credit to whoever has posted that video. You can consider doing paid advertising also. So there is an option book post, but this should always be done after the video has gone little while. Initially, you should never post, otherwise you will just end up losing your money. And never get started by seeing people's followers like 30,000, 40,000. No. You should not go in all that analytics, because there is something called followers you can just buy. But if you really want to authenticate whether the person has so many followers or not, just go for their views. Once you go to the view, you will know that hardly there are 3,000 or 4,000 views. That is someone has the followers. So don't think that we just follow because we think, okay, this is an eminent person, but it is not like that. So I ask you to put these many hashtags, hashtag of the MBBS, hashtag NEET, hashtag reels, hashtag mutant. Always use a wide hashtag. There's wider reach. So ophthalmologist will have only a very small reach. So you should use always a wide hashtag and create a wide hashtag. Promote patient testimonials. So share the success stories and testimonies. So Dr. Akshay Nair is that he always posts the before and after photo. I think if someone would be following, they might be noticing it. So that is very unique of him. In what way I have leveraged social media? So one skill which I learned from my PG was how to record little photos and others photos via mobile. Then I decided to start an Instagram channel and I started posting. That's all. I just kept on posting for next 2 years. And then once the channel was little grown around 7, 8,000 or 9,000, I introduced my innovation plus my commercial interest. I am a Punjabi, but being and brought up in Gujarat, so that has changed my genetics. So these are two of my innovations. Let me just show the videos. So I will not go in detail of this, but I am just telling that these are just simple adapters by which you can directly capture good fundus photos or anterior segment photos. So it is very simple thing actually. So I sold almost 25 to 30 adapters of mine. After reaching 10K followers, automatically brands will collaborate with you. So then this is my brand, which is Omi and DAMS. So I officially promote for DAMS for Dr. Saurabh Sharma also. Many brands, even Remedio has connected to me, but still things are not sorted out between us. So you can promote whatever goes according to your concerns, and be consistent. Keep yourself open to all the opportunities which comes. So another thing which I did personally is I did like first though you have to develop the skill by yourself, and then you can innovate to transfer that skill. Now, conclusion is social media offers a valuable opportunities. Stay active, stay creative, stay responsive. As a content creator, do not open social media in your free time. Spend active hours to grow your channel, and don't leave any chance to promote yourself. So hashtag Mad for Oftel. I think everyone can go and just see after this webinar ends. And thank you very much. Hello.
Thank you, Dhruv.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Can you stop sharing your screen, Dhruv?
1 second, sir.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank my junior Rohan because he had given me his laptop for presenting. So, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dhruv, for a detailed and exclusive presentation. I would like to invite Dr. Sonam, again a good friend and a colleague. She has completed her basic education from SDM College of Medical Sciences from Karnataka. She is currently into orbit and oculoplasty, and she's also very active in academics beyond social media. And she's also won many awards, one such as the best video at OPA in 2019. We welcome you, Dr. Sonam, and thank you for being here. I would like to call upon Nishant sir to welcome Dr. Vinod sir. Nishant sir, you're there. Okay, anyway, I would like to welcome Dr. Vinod sir, again a good colleague and a senior glaucoma surgeon from Trichy. He has completed his MBBS from Ramachandra and MS from Annamalai, and he's an Arvind alumni. And more than that, he's here because he's having a vast social media expertise. I think all of the YOs here should follow his Instagram as well as his WhatsApp channels. And he's going to share his expertise as well. And he's one of the top 3 ophthalmologists in Trichy for 4 consecutive years by Icon, and he has won Icon Awards for Health in 2025. Over to you both to take the discussion.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Prasanna, Dr. Nishan, Dr. Atik, and Niranjan for this beautiful session. Fantastic talk, Dr. Ruvel. I think you've covered almost all the aspects that is there for social media marketing. I think just to add on, I think having your YouTube video also, your YouTube subscription is also very, very important. Your YouTube channel also gets a lot of views. Instagram, yes, is the most important. But a lot of our patients, when they come to us, nowadays they're all like Google patients, and that is one way where you will also have a good outreach. So when you have your YouTube channel, you have your videos of photos, your surgical videos, you also, your colleagues will follow you. You will also be teaching a lot of young, postgraduates who want to see your surgical styles and techniques, and patients also actually see videos and say, okay, this is the doctor probably that I want to, go to. So I think that is also one of the things very, very important. I think more or less you've covered everything. Very important to know our age group, like, who is following you and what is the regional language also that you're connecting with. So when you have the followers who you probably, let's say I'm in Tamil Nadu. So if I have a channel wherein I want to attract more of Tamil patients, or most of our patients are from West Bengal, we have to also add on those things in our social media videos, because that will also enhance our outreach. So I think these are just few pointers that I wanted to add on to from whatever we see. That's all. And fantastic.
Yes.
Actually, having collaborations, I think, helps a lot. As we know, anything that is new, a lot of influencers, if you want to market, you have collaborations, you have those small videos, take one topic, talk about it, just, like for like about 10, 15 minutes, a quick Q&A. I think fantastic points that you covered. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. This my fellowship is very much preoccupying. It is not allowing me to go on YouTube. But once I am done with this, definitely I like to teach a lot, and I will be making soon my YouTube beginning also.
That's great.
Thank you, Prasanna, Nishant, and Yosi for the opportunity. And Dr. Dhruval, I've been following Instagram already for quite some time, and all your content are interesting. And today you have covered almost all the important facts within a short span of time, starting from the hook time and the trending audios. Everything you have covered almost. It was everything put in a nutshell for Instagram concern. Whereas another point I want to add is regarding the Facebook, where the Gen Z and all the 2K kids follow Instagram, whereas the little bit older generation, they still follow the Facebook. So the Facebook also has its own impact. So what I do is when I post a content, I put in both Insta as well as Facebook. Where when I go to the hospital, where the younger generations come through Insta, whereas an older patient says Facebook la போட்டதை நான் பார்த்தேன் sir. So the Facebook has still its own charm and impact. So definitely we should keep also the Facebook should be active. And Dr. Sonam said YouTube, some people scroll your history and see the YouTube channel videos and they come also. So in a nutshell, all the three, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, three things are important. And all the important factors and points you have covered beautifully. Thank you. Thanks for the talk.
Thank you.
Since we're on this, I also wanted to just add a point. I think in India, not many of us, very few of us really have our own websites. And when you are on Instagram, you can actually just add your website page, and people can actually scroll through a lot more FAQs, a lot more details, even your publications. So when we look at our colleagues in the West, they have that entire website to themselves along with the Instagram pages, which allows the patients or whoever wants to see further to have like a proper elaborate patient awareness profile or whatever on their website. So that also is an interesting thing that I've noticed from our colleagues in the West.
And one more point I want to add is I always don't post academic things in a profile because people get bored. So, for example, if you're going for a outing, you can just put the scenery or something like that, so that they shouldn't be thinking this guy always put I facts and academics only. Sometimes it may get diluted. So always keep a masala. It should be mixed of both things. That's it. Thank you.
One more point, last point I like to add is that how Vinod sir has explained about Facebook. So since Instagram and Facebook has now one, so wherever you post it goes on the another thing also. So I also keep that one option they are giving nowadays. I think recently only they have started that they ask you every time whether you are posting, you just want to post for Instagram or
Yeah.
Facebook. So that option is there. That can be done. Yes, definitely. My father doesn't use Instagram. He is a Facebook person, so Definitely.
Thank you, Dr. Dhruv. With that, we'll move.
Any mention about LinkedIn, Dr. Dhruv? Does it fall under the purview of social media, or is it completely a professional thing to?
Sir, it is more for that professional developers and that coders and all. They are searching for their jobs, and it is more for them actually. I don't think
Doesn't
there is
come.
much scope for us as an ophthalmologist over there. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dhruv.
Thank you so much. Thanks everyone. Yes.
For your expert touch with the social media, and we are all avidly following your Insta and your
Thank you,
WhatsApp
sir.
and everything.
Thank you.
And thank you, Sonam ma'am, for your valuable inputs too about the stark difference between what we are doing and the West. That was a very important take-home message for us. I think we have to take some initiative to start our websites as well. So I think, Prasanna sir, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes. Call the next.
I'll quickly share my screen. Next up, we have a very unique topic that's very related to us as young ophthalmologists and the magic that mentorship we have all enjoyed and continue to enjoy from our mentors. And to speak on this very topic, we have a very special speaker, Dr. Madhuvanti Mohan, who is an ophthalmologist and a cornea consultant at Rajan Eye Care Hospital, Chennai, with a keen interest in keratoplasty. Has completed her cornea fellowship from the prestigious Shankar Netralaya, and she also has keen interest in writing in the form of ophthalmobites and much more. We welcome you, Dr. Madhuvanti. Over to
Thank you, Dr. Niranjan, for inviting me to talk. I'll get started. Yeah, are my slides visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. So my topic today is on mentorship during ophthalmology training. So let's get through this quickly. So the first step is to figure out exactly what you want, because the mentorship process will not be the same for everybody. Each person's journey should be tailored to what they want. So remember that every journey is different. So, and the needs of that person can change anytime during the journey, and that's completely okay. So why mentorship matters is because it helps navigate ophthalmology training, whether be it post-graduation or fellowship. And it helps because it's a tough process for all of us. So having somebody to help us or guide us through it is very important. So they're already experienced, so they have years of trial and error. So during moments of failure, they are good anchors for us, and sources of inspiration, direction, and accountability. And the best thing is you don't need just one mentor. You can look for multiple mentors, whether be it a clinical mentor or academic research, surgical mentor. You can have different mentors if that's what you want. So they're helpful in learning certain skill sets during the training period and help with certain goals during residency. So mentorship is a two-way street. So to get the most out of it, you constantly ask questions, thoughtful questions. Always come prepared to your mentor. Bring any cases, doubts that you have, and whatever questions they ask, constantly follow up back with them, so that you show that you are also interested, and and it shows, it will be like a progress, a way to note your progress. And there are many opportunities in residency for the residents to seize. For example, you treat each posting as each posting will give us so much to learn. For example, case-based learning, OPD exposure, OT observation and assistance. When we first joined PG, everybody will keep saying that sometimes you feel like we're wasting time when you're assisting surgeons, but you actually learn a lot. And even the mistakes that your senior surgeons make, you will be seeing from the side. So next time when you start operating, you will realize that, okay, these are the steps that I need to be careful about, or where the mistakes can happen. And other research products. And main thing is presenting at meetings and conferences, and even class presentations. Don't shy away from presenting in class, even though you might be a little bit anxious. So treat each posting as a mini rotation. Like I said, constantly volunteer for discussions and procedures. It is okay if you think you're going to embarrass yourself. There is nothing wrong in that, or there is nothing like embarrassing yourself. It's okay to ask stupid questions. Maintain a daily logbook so that you know what you saw, even clinical cases, not just surgical. And have a monthly and plan or vision. I know when we join post-graduation, we don't have time for these things, but I think it's good to kind of check off from a list on what you want to do each month, even though you might not have time. So coming to this, let's follow a structured plan, a 3-year strategy. Detect, diagnose, and deliver. So the first year, the goal is to build a strong clinical foundation and observation skills. So keep milestones to tick off every month and have a check-in with yourself at the end of every 6 months. So first year milestones can include learning anterior segment examination completely, managing red eyes, minor traumas, attend at least one CME, present any class, whether it is a journal club or even a basic anatomy class, and finally maintain a logbook. And nowadays with EMR, you can also even bookmark interesting cases that you saw. So scut work is what is inevitable for first year PGs, but it's something we cannot avoid. But try to set aside a few hours a week for personal goals and document the progress. Get together with your co-PGs, discuss topics which you find difficult. And if there is some free OPD time, we can probably use it productively. So coming to second year, the goal should be to develop a diagnostic confidence and be able to perform minor procedures. So again, the milestones here should be to master diagnosis and management, learn to manage clinics independently, start getting involved in minor procedures, and definitely get involved in research and presentations, because second year will be a little bit more free than your first year. And help out your juniors, because teaching is ultimately the best form of learning the subject yourself. And finally, in third year, it should be to independently manage and lead your OPDs, emergencies, and surgeries. And the milestone should include managing emergencies confidently, independent surgeries under supervision, guide your juniors, and finish your thesis, and ultimately find out what subspecialty interests you and whether you want to do a fellowship or not. So what happens in choosing the right fellowship? So pick a fellowship that aligns with your passion. So when I was going to join fellowship around 3 years back, somebody said to me, which really resonated with me, that is, fellowship is not compulsory. It's not like your post-graduation, which you require. It is not a compulsory part of your training, but a voluntary part of your training. So not everyone needs to do a fellowship. So again, figure out exactly what you want, because all of us are going to have different wants and requirements. So I would suggest you speak to past fellows. In certain institutes, if you want to go to that institute, contact fellows who are there, ask them about what is happening there, the clinical exposure, the surgical exposure, and that would be a very good idea. So, yeah. So from my journey from fellowship, what I learned is constantly ask questions, learn from seniors, because you'll be more in contact with your seniors than with consultants sometimes. And obviously, it's easier to talk to your seniors than your consultants. So constantly learn from them. Whatever stupid doubts you have, you can probably get it cleared from them. Present cases, and you can improve your public speaking with this. Try to read up what you see on that day. I know this is difficult for many of us, but just a suggestion. Constantly read literature, especially with constant updates in literature nowadays. Textbooks are okay, and I think that's okay for even PG, but once you come to fellowship, literature is the way to go. Save case photos and videos, attend journal clubs and conferences, because it is important to network at conferences. But ultimately, all this is important, but ultimately, make sure that you're having fun, because that is what fellowship is about. So to conclude, structure your learning journey and invest in curiosity and humility. So the most important thing is to figure out what you want and then find the people who will help you get there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Madhavanti, for a nice message as well. Invest in curiosity and humility. Can you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, I stopped sharing already.
I'm sharing this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we would like to invite the panel. Again, a good friend and colleague, Dr. Vishwananda, who was an alumni of Arvind again, and currently working in Karur as a consultant. And she's been on both the sides. She's been a mentor as well as a mentee as well. And she was a trainer, and she's currently into high volume surgeries. And she has also completed a short-term medical retina. Welcome, Dr. Vishwa. And I would also like to welcome Dr. Sri Vibhya, who has completed her MS Ophthalmology from Kadalur Government Medical College and currently working in Erode as assistant surgeon. And she's also been on both the spectrums. So over to you both to share your 2 cents on the mentorship magic, Dr. Vishwa and Dr. Srividya.
Hello, Prasna. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, YOSI. As the topic rightly says, mentoring someone with utmost care and dedication will do magic in their career. I just want to add on, we need to even support them morally and emotionally, because the initial phase of cataract training, they'll have all their ups and downs. So we'll have to support them more than to impart their surgical and clinical skill. We need to support them both emotionally and morally. And because I've been a mentor in cataract, I've been a surgical mentor. We should know how to train them, how to impart confidence in them. All that is there. And one technique that really helped me in mentoring was I used to sit down and watch their surgical videos with them. So we used to discuss the complications and encouragement. Every single small step they do, you keep encouraging them, they'll feel a lot better. Like when they had a bad OT day, the coming evening, we'll discuss all the complications, and you help them improvise their surgery. The next day, when they enter the OR room, they'll feel more confident and all that. So we'll have to, more than the surgical technique we impart, we'll have to maintain their confidence level. We'll have to maintain their mental health so that they'll be able to learn better. I feel that is a little more important. I just wanted to add on that. And otherwise, it has been very elaborately covered by Dr. Madhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishwa. Dr. Srividya.
Thank you, Dr. Madhu ma'am, for the beautiful talk. So I think both of them spoke about mentor. I think I would talk as a mentee rather. So at this juncture, I would like to thank Dr. Prasanna sir, Dr. Atik sir, and Dr. Niranjan sir for this opportunity. And in fact, I'm here as a discussant because of a mentor, and it is none other than Dr. Prasanna sir. Thank you, sir. So I think I would just rather share my personal experience here. So we did post-graduation at the COVID period. So we felt, in fact, very deserted at that time. So at that time, Dr. Prasanna sir had come there for guest lectures. So we learned the very basics, everything from sir, including the gonioscopy procedures, how to read an OCT printout, how to read an HFA printout. So, once we get into postgraduate, we have our neighbors or relatives who come to you with any reports and asking what is the problem. And when you don't know that, it is, you really feel like you're at a tough junction. So sir was very friendly and approachable. So, and that was how the mentorship started with Dr. Prasanna sir. And also we know that whoever knows Prasanna sir would definitely know Dr. Satyan sir. So sir has never failed to mention Dr. Satyan sir's name at any talk or any speech wherever go. So I think we should also learn to give that respect, and that relationship should continue forever as a mentor and mentee. And this, I also would like to thank Dr. Atik sir. I don't know if sir remembers me, but again, there, when I had zero knowledge about research, my HOD just told me, you gave sir's number and told her, you please contact Dr. Atik sir. So as a first year postgraduate, I was very scared. We didn't have any case load, anything. So I just go, I register for TNOA membership, and then I call sir, I want to do something. I want to do some research work, but I don't know anything. Please guide me. So 3 months, sir has traveled without, in spite of his busy schedule. Sir has been very patient to text me whenever he was free and to guide me in how to throughout the whole process of the manuscript preparation and also in building confidence. So thank you, Dr. Atik sir. So somehow the postgraduate ended, and but still I was not very confident about surgery. So we had one more month of tenure left in post graduation. So every day we go and stand in front of Dean office and asking sir, please do something to get hands-on training. Then we landed in Tanjavur Medical College, and all faculties were very friendly. No one asked us,
you don't know this, you don't know that, but everybody said it's okay, you came to learn things at this last minute also. So everybody there also again helped us. And again, post graduation got over and I was posted here in Erode. And I think the surgical mentorship started with my own colleagues and still continuing with my colleagues. Anything you do, they are there to correct me. And then, but still, uh, every young ophthalmologist, they have the burning desire to do something, but everyone does not have the same opportunities. So in government setup, the ophthal field is entirely different. So you tend, as a junior most ophthalmologist, you tend to go to department only thrice a month. So again, I did not know what to do. So I approached DBCS and I went to Arasan Eye Hospital for training there. So again, there I got a mentor. She was younger than me, but she was always, whenever I do a complication, she says, "Oh, great, you did a complication, so that now we can learn to manage complication." So uh, whether it is morning 7:30 or evening 3:30, she was always there smiling and helping me to do cases. If I do any complication, she'll tell, "Okay, good. Do you have premature entry? So we learn suturing. You have a rent. Okay, we'll learn vitrectomy and how to do a secondary IOL." So I think that positive attitude of a mentor helps a mentee in all the ways to learn better. So as a mentee, I would like to tell is throw away all your ego, fear, hesitation, and only look for opportunities. You will get a mentor everywhere, and try to maintain a good relationship with the mentor, and definitely it will help you to march forward. So that is what I want to tell all the young ophthalmologists who are doing their postgraduates there. So thank you all.
Prasanna, with your permission, I would like to
please.
say a few words. Yeah, I strongly agree with what Dr. Sonam, Dr. Srivibhya, and everybody, and Dr. Madhuvanti has spoken. Just to add on a little, mentorship does not stop with your fellowship or your post-graduation. It's a lifelong process. Something that I've learned, I've been kicked out of YOSI few years back because of crossing 40. So my relationship with my mentor goes long back. You may have a wonderful mentor during your PG period. I had Dr. Amjad Salman with me. Even now, I am in touch with sir. We talk not only ophthalmology, so many things. Then Amar sir, again, that was a continuing relationship which keeps going. Then I had the honor to work with Dr. Arulmoli Varman sir. That really went to a next level. What I am today is because of my mentors. So please do not stop your relationship as soon as your fellowship period gets over. And it is not necessary your mentors have to have trained you. I knew Dr. Srivibhya because of Manavalan sir. So he was a mentor who came to me, or I went to him 3 to 4 years back, and it's a lovely relationship. So many things I learned from sir, not only ophthalmology. So a mentorship does not end at all, and your juniors can be mentors also. I have many mentors in this group with whom so many things I learn. Nishant has taught me so many things. Prasanna has taught me so many things. Adit, I've learned a lot from. So they are my mentors too. So there is no ego to have your juniors as mentors. Very nice point told Dr. Srivibhya. No egos at all with your mentors. Something that is extremely important. Mentorship is for life. Your friends can be mentors too. Continue that. This will really help you to keep going. You may learn more from your mentors than from your actual fellowship training program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Just one thing to add. Can I, Prasanna?
Yes, sir, please, sir. Yeah.
So the only thing about complication, what they always say is, I remember when I was in Aravind, you will know some people who had complications. They'll be quiet. They won't talk to anyone. They'll feel sad. They'll be depressed. And when I have a complication, the whole hospital will know, Nisha, that a complication, because I'll tell everyone so that I will get 100 points from 100 different people. Not everyone manages the same complication in the same way. So in that way, you learn so much. And also, as soon as I have a complication, the first thing what I do is I come and tell my friend, hey, listen, this is what I did. This is the mistake I did.
So this complication happened. So make sure that you don't do that while you are operating. So that is one thing which I want to say, that always help your friends also to make sure that they don't do the same mistake what you're doing, because it can even come. We have new IOLs which are coming, and if injecting in a particular way, it gets stuck, it gets broken. So the only thing is you can help out by telling others that, hey, this for this lens, please inject it in this way. You'll realize it opens up much better. So always share your complications so that you learn from others. And the best way to get better is to discuss your complications with everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ARC Chairman, sir, as well as our YO Chair, Nishant, sir. With that, we'll move to the next set in the lot. Thank you, Dr. Vishwa. Thank you, Dr. Sri Vibhya. I'm happy that whatever classes that we had with Manavalan, sir, that time, I think we had a workshop, a 2-day interactive workshop, really made a difference in your life. I'm
Yes,
very
sir.
happy for it. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
your
you, sir.
2 cents, and thanks to the speaker, Dr. Madhuvanti, as well, who covered all the aspects A to Z. So with that, I hand it over back to Niranjan to call the next speaker. Niranjan, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Thank you, dear speaker and the discussants. So next topic we have is another ticket abroad. So the easy ticket, I would say, or I would say the challenging ticket, both at the same time. So from Yo abstract to aeroplane, the ophthalmologist's hat trick for travel funding. So we have our speaker for today, Dr. Madhavi Ramnath Pillai. So ma'am is a profound practitioner of glaucoma, and she's currently working. She was a former glaucoma consultant and academic in charge at Arvind Eye Hospital, and currently the clinical head cataract and glaucoma at the Eye Foundation, Vellore. So she has several awards and accolades to her name. So we are very happy to have you with us, ma'am. Over to you for your talk.
Thank you, Dr. Niranjan, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you, TNOA, YO Task Force, and YOSI for giving me this opportunity. So I'll just share my screen. I hope it is visible.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But in the screen share. Yeah, now it's good. Good to go.
Yeah, thank you. So today I'll be talking about how you can convert your abstract to a travel grant and get into that aeroplane and fly to the destination of your dreams. So travel grants are a great way. So if you are a person who is academically oriented, it helps you to attend these prestigious and career defining conferences. And at the same time, if you are that YOLO category, you live only once, you can visit a beautiful locale. And also we have heard a beautiful talk on financing. You can keep up your budget. So in the period of June 2023 to 2025, I had the opportunity to win 3 international travel grants. So 2 from the WGC 23 and 25 and 1 from APAO. And with that, I could attend 6 international conferences, and also I was able to visit 6 countries. So the previous speaker spoke well about the role of the mentor. So again, once again, I have to reiterate the fact that without a mentor, I would not have even got to know about these travel grants. So I would like to dedicate this presentation to my mentor, Dr. Devendra Maheshwari, sir. So initially, the story started with WGC 2023 when I even didn't want to go to an international conference. So sir told, no, you can go, you can get a travel grant and you can travel. Yes, definitely I was interested academically, but the whole point of registration, travel, as well as you have to have an stay. All these 3 things were weighing down in my mind. So initial step, he helped me in abstract preparation as well as writing your travel grant application, which I will be subsequently speaking on. And last but not the least, the first question I asked him was, so will I get this? Then he was the one who actually made me believe that you can also win. Once again, let me go step by step on how I approach this travel grant. So the first step is always submission of good quality abstracts. And once you get your abstract submitted, Then the next step in WGC, what happened was there was an email with the acceptance and invitation to apply for the travel grant. So every conference, the travel grant application will be slightly different. So I'll concentrate on WGC as well as APAO. So here you can see the criteria. So most of the conferences, they give for ophthalmologists, young ophthalmologists and residents under the 40 years of age. And the second criteria was economically underprivileged countries. So next you have to check, they will have a list of low middle income countries, which they consider economically less developed. So you have to go and check the list whether India is part of that. And then look for the eligibility criteria. So here you can see the eligibility criteria. You should have an accepted abstract and your country should be part of the lower middle income economies. And then the third one, the most important one in this, you have to have a good CV and a letter for application of the travel grant. So these were the three things that WGC was looking for. So next step is the time to prepare your CV and the travel grant application letter. So have a good but short and crisp CV prepared for this particular travel grant. So next, in the travel grant application or letter, what all should you mention? So first and foremost, you should mention why you are interested to attend. And the second, most importantly, mention if you are a first time attendee, because most of the conferences give preference to first time attendees. Next, convince the travel grant committee about the need for financial support. For example, if you are a resident in training, you can specifically mention that you are a resident in training, or if you are a fellow, mention that, because that again, once again, you can convince the grant committee for the financial support. And next, or not last but not the least, you have to even write how the participation would benefit your professional schools. So by that I mean, what I mean is, once you get back to your work, how this attending this particular conference, you are going to use that in your future endeavors. So once the WGC travel grant award was given by the mail, so what it actually consisted was €1,000 as well as waiving the registration waiver. So you get a partial travel allowance as well as a register waiver. So in this particular conference, the registration waiver happened first. However, the money actually was given. The processing of the grant occurred after the attending of the conference and uploading your certificate. So next I'll talk about this APAO 2024, where I had the opportunity to win the Professor Yasuo Tano travel grant. So here it was a little bit different. When you see the WGC, once after the abstract submission and the acceptance of the abstract, we were able to apply for the travel grant. However, in APAO, it was little different, because as soon as along with the abstract submission, you were given an option to apply for the travel grant. So APAO offered 2 travel grants. One was the Professor Yasuo Tano travel grant, and the second one was the YO travel grant. So this was the APAO Yasuo Tano travel grant, which was awarded to 10 applicants. And once again, it gave a good amount, that is a US dollar of 1,000. And along with that, you get a free registration waiver and an invitation to attend the Congress Cultural Party. So these were the constituents of the Yasuo Tano travel grant. So let me talk about the presentation. So many of the questions that came up to me was how you were able to get this Yasuo Tano travel grant. Once again, I am not sure what the travel grant committee had in mind, but I think that you have to submit your abstracts in versatile categories. So you can see the presentations I had in that particular year. So I had a talk and I was the session chair for a instruction course, and I had a podium poster as well as a video and a paper. So I had acceptance in multiple categories, which might have been one of the reasons why I was able to win in that particular conference. So this was the APAO 2024, where I had the opportunity to chair a session. And once again, in APAO 2024, the recognition is awesome. So the award ceremony was so grand, like a convocation ceremony, and you get to meet the president, secretary of APAO, and all the 10 awardees were given a good recognition. So apart from that, it still continues the recognition. This is the APAO 2025, where the picture is being still used for the further travel grants. So it gains you an international recognition as well. So this particular travel grant, once again, not only international recognition, it can go a long way in earning you national recognition as well. With that, I was able to win this year's International Ophthalmic Hero Award as well. So not only that, attending these international conferences boosts your confidence and to present and win in front of the international diaspora. So yeah, apart from that, you get the opportunity to meet and interact with the stalwarts in the field. So in various conferences, I was able to meet with my own experts in my own field of glaucoma. And so these two travel grants I won. And apart from that, there are a lot of other travel grants. So this is one such travel grant which is offered by the AOS. Recently also they had called for this, the AOS International and National Travel Fellowship. So they offer 60 travel fellowships per year. So you can see there is a particular period they mentioned. So you have to keep a watch on this one. And you should be ratified. So they have various guidelines. So you should be less than 40 years of age, and this particular conference you should not have attended in the last 3 years, so on. So you check all the criteria whether you are fitting into that criteria. So if you're planning for a conference and that conference does not offer the travel grant, you can even go for the AOS travel fellowships. So this is some more travel grants that are there. Even RO offers travel grants. So some of the tips. So start by building your CV. Start by attending state and national conferences. In that way, you can know. So most of the time we can question whether our abstract is good enough. So it will be like a peer review if you're going and attending the state and national conferences and presenting that abstract. So this helps you not only for that peer review, but also helps you to build your CV. So then once again, submit abstracts in versatile categories. Don't just stick to one category, but try to submit in almost all the categories. And last but not the least, you should have a good grant application letter and check all the criteria. So travel grants provide a great opportunity to aid your presentation on an international platform. It boosts your confidence. Yes, you have to actively search, seek, and apply. Not all the conferences you will have travel grants, but most of them do offer. But you have to actively search and look for the criteria, look for their guidelines, and keep a watch on the deadline as well. If I can win, so can you. Once again, I would like to thank my mentor, without whom this would not have been possible. And I am looking for input from most of the members, I think, in the panel, and they are also winners of the travel grant, including Dr. Prasanna, Dr. Divakan Mishra sir, Dr. Shruti ma'am. Most of them have won the travel grant as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So we'll just quickly go to the panel, and we have a elite panel, and after a hat trick of grants, as you beautifully shared your journey, I would like to call upon Dr. Nimrita. Again, she's a YO, and she has been the chief instructor in the recently concluded ASCRS, and she's also won consecutive WGC travel grants, both in Italy as well as in Hawaii, and she's also won the best paper at AO's midterm conference. Welcome, Dr. Nimrita, to share your 2 cents on grants and regarding fellowship grants as well as institutional grants. So grants are not only, there are various forms, and here is one guy from Trichy, Dr. Deepak Arthur, my senior in school as well, how to really utilize your institutional grants as well. He's there to talk on his journey on the fellowship grants, which are part of the training modules, which also comes under the grants category. And welcome both of you to share your 2 cents on your journey in this aspects.
Thank you, Prasanna sir and Dr. Niranjan sir and YOSI team. Madhvi ma'am, it was truly inspiring and very nice presentation. And you summed up everything in your presentation, which will be going to help all the youngsters, and they can aim for various international conference for travel grant. And I just want to add one thing, that having good mentors really help and guide you to build up your CV, to boost up your confidence. And Madhvi ma'am and Dr. Devendra sir are my mentors with whom I have achieved so many things and build up a strong CV. So whenever you apply for any conference, or you everything is given online. You just need to have a look and what are the criteria and follow that and just apply. And don't underestimate yourself that whether I will get or not. You just apply and you might be lucky enough to get it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Namrita. And Dr. Deepak, your experience with the institutional fellowship grant that you obtained.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you, the organizers, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Actually, I think I'm on the other side. I've never received any international grants, so it was something new for me, especially this part of about submitting the abstracts and getting these grants. Ma'am, actually, there was a wonderful presentation. I have a small doubt. Can I start with that doubt? You were talking about different parts of your profile which would actually attract or give you a better stand in obtaining these grants. Does your income as a young ophthalmologist, does your income or how much you're making or how big a setup you have depend, going to affect the final outcome of you getting that grant? Is it like maybe he's a budding ophthalmologist, he doesn't have a big setup, he needs to grow? Should a grant will it be given prioritized to somebody like that rather than somebody who has a big setup, he's already an established person, he can come up? Is there anything like that?
And thank you for the question, Dr. Deepak. It was a good question. So I feel that what the grant committee looks for is not a single thing, not just the financial part of it, but it is all the factors put together. So as I said, the abstract should be good. Your first and foremost, that is what they look at. Your abstract should be good enough. And the second thing they look for, not every travel grant require a grant application letter. For example, if you see the APO travel grant, they just have a short space for filling your bio. That is very short. But when it comes to WGC, you have to actually sit and write a travel grant letter. So at that time in 2023, we did not utilize this AI for writing so much, right? So I was not sure how to write a travel grant application letter, in fact. So for that, I took the help of my sister, who is a scientist in US. And I asked her, what does a travel grant committee look for in such letters? So that is when she suggested things like this. The points I already mentioned in the travel grant application letter, like what is by this travel grant and by attending this conference, what you are hoping to achieve. And as you rightly pointed out, coming to your question in particular about the financial aspect, yes, it also does play a role. It is one of the factors that the travel grant committee look into. So if you can see, most of the travel grants, it's less than 40 years. At that age, you are definitely not settled financially, right? So most of the time after 40, none of the international conference do offer these grants for that one reason. And yes, mentioning that you are a young ophthalmologist, you are a resident or a fellow gives more credibility. They want you to come and attend those conferences. You have a good abstract and you are a YO, they will definitely prefer such person rather than a settled ophthalmologist.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. That was very enlightening. And Prasanna, to come to the topic that you were talking about fellowship sponsorships, especially when you are established in an institution, especially in teaching institutions, which I've been a part of, right from when I did my post graduation and post that where I work as a consultant. I've been a part of teaching institutions, and many of the institutions actually have institutional grants, not only for attending international conferences, but also for short to long term fellowships, like a 6-month fellowship or a 2-year fellowship. So many times the institutions would like to give you a paid leave with the stipend amount along with the reimbursing the amount which the fellowship may require. So it will also be nice to contact your institution where you work, especially if you're from some government institution. I think Tamil Nadu government also has that provision, and many of the other state governments as well. And many of the teaching institutions which come under university affiliation, they have their own grants which could sponsor their candidates to go attend international conferences as well as short and long term fellowships.
Thank you. Thank you to the discussants. For want of time, we'll move to the next topic. But just another point is beyond travel, as Madhavi ma'am beautifully pointed out, I recently came across an accommodation grant in ASCRS. I would definitely want you all to explore it more. Keep checking your mails. So we have accommodation grants, we have travel grants. The APO cultural party is $150 charged. If you win a best video award, you get a free pass. If you win a best photograph award in APAO, the whatever amount you registered for the Congress will be reimbursed back to you. So there are so many different permutations and combinations. This by itself is a very enlightening topic. And I remember Venkatesh sir from Arvind telling me he attended 2, 3 international conferences without spending a single rupee. And I think we all took his words, and Dr. Madhavi, Dr. Nimrita, myself, we were able to do it in the recently concluded WGC to an extent. So thank you, ma'am, for an enlightening talk.
ACRS had a, sorry to interrupt, but ACRS had a lucky dip during the film festival.
Yeah.
So that you can win the next year's registration free of cost. They had 3 winners, in fact, for that.
Yes.
So that is also, if you are just go and attend the film festival, if you are lucky enough, you will get the registration for the next year.
Worth around $1,000, 1,000 US dollars.
Yeah, yes, 1,000
So
US
many,
dollars.
so many things are there. I think we need to keep checking our mails. That's very important, and I think that's the take-home message. Yeah, and keep applying so that you keep winning, because up to 40 is where you can. After that, you don't get it. Or some organizations have up till 45. Yeah. So want of time. Thank you, ma'am. We'll move to the next set. Dr. Naranjan, kindly do the honors.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, perfect.
So next up, we have another topic on the digital platform, Yo Digital Doctor, thriving with artificial intelligence and tech as a young ophthalmologist. So to speak on the topic, we have Dr. Pranesh Ravi, who is a cornea and phaco-refractive consultant, and he is a very avid tech person in the field of ophthalmology. So he has presented on this topic in last year TNOA conference as well, and in several other platforms. So he specializes in this arena. So we are very happy to have you with us, Pranesh sir. Over to you for your talk.
Thank you, Niranjan, for the introduction. It's really a pleasure to be part of this meet. And okay, are my slides visible, Niranjan?
Yes, sir. About to be. Yeah.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go full screen and we can proceed.
Yeah. Just one second. Yeah, is it visible?
Perfect, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. Once again, I would like to thank TNOA, the conveners and the moderators, and the chairman for giving me this opportunity. So I just added up a few things from last time, and I'll just be adding up what are things I find much more useful in day-to-day practice using AI and tech as an young ophthalmologist. So the first thing I had found is you can use Gemini. So this acts like an agent, and it can kind of make tasks for you, and it can, this is what I do every day in the morning. I just go and I just plan my whole day with Gemini. I just do tasks, mark my calendar, and it can be done seamlessly. Not only with tasks, you can also use Gmail. You can ask a consolidation of your Gmails. You can also just browse into your Google Docs and ask it to give you something which is remotely stored in a document. It can very well do it. This I'm finding it very useful, and it uses the latest Gemini 2.5 Pro model for it. Second thing is this is something which I had spoken about last time. This is another better version of it for voice typing, where I think this particular Whisper model works very well. It has a very low error rate. It understands my diction and phonetics, and it works very well. I have trained this model with my own ophthalmology terms, and so this is the model which I've just showed you. Was the audio visible, audible in this video, Naranjan?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So this thing is Whisper Model 3. This is much superior than the earlier model which I posted for voice typing. This is free, available online. It can, whatever words that you say and whatever you want to type, you can use this. Is actually very useful if you are into a lot of working and you're typing a lot. And So this is something which I do when I'm really, finding it tired to type most times, and it's pretty accurate. I've trained this model to my voice and my ophthalmology terms, and this it works pretty well for me. Third thing is I'm always more open to learning. So what you can use is you can use Gemini Stream. This is a part of the AI Studio where. Hey Gemini, can you tell me how to change the font of the heading in this slide?
To change the font of the heading in this slide, you need to first select the text in the heading. Then, in the Home tab, go to the font group and choose your desired font, font size, and other formatting options. Would you like me to elaborate on any of these steps?
No, can you suggest me a font which is more professional?
Certainly. Avenir Next, Montserrat, or Leto are often considered professional fonts. Would you like to try any of these?
Can you give me one option?
All right, how about a body?
Can you spell it for me?
Sure, it's ABADI.
Body. Oh. Fine, thank you.
You're welcome. Great. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, nothing. So basically, what it does is it just scans your screen and it tells you, helps you out in what to do. So this is very useful when you're learning, because you would want somebody to assist you, and it saves you a lot of time. This thing is connected to the internet, so it actually records your video and then analyzes and give you the output. You can have an interactive session with Gemini. This is available for free as a part of the Gemini AI Studio. So this is actually very good. If you want to learn anything, even something just so bizarre out of the blue, you can learn with this. And For the next one is making your own scripts. I was actually learned some Python, and I wanted to do something for my presentation. The statistician was not available, so I just asked what is the best way to do. So this is a Python script that I wrote to do my statistical analysis, and it is actually pretty niche actually. So instead of you sitting with the statistician and with your master charts, you can just with little bit learning, you can just run the code, and you can just get the results instantaneously. It's really amazing. So this is something which I did recently. And then this is in making your own like your own graphic designs. Basically, you trace an image. I'm doing this in Inkscape, so you can trace and you can remove out and delete whatever you don't want to, and you can also use Google AI Studio Stream function to kind of work on this, and it will definitely help you as to how to do it, so that you need not draw images from scratch and get some copyright issues. You can trace it whatever parts you want from with accordance, and only use those parts. And I find this is actually very helpful when you're presenting in a journal, or when you want to present something in conference and just talk about one particular part of the object. You can definitely use this. This is very helpful in that accord. And then the next one is about making your objects. So this is something else which it can be done with PowerPoint, but this is if you want to do it in a batch with a lot of images, you want to remove background, you can use this and you can run the code. I actually wanted to find a better way to almost remove the background for close to 50 images. I just ran 50 in this code, and it just gets done quickly. So I'm just done with. I need not upload it individually and make objects out of it. So this is something which also you can do with Python, which is amazing, really. Next one is to stay updated, you can use RSS readers. I'm using Feedly. You also have other RSS readers which you can use, but I find this UI much better to get myself in the edge with ophthalmology updates. But I don't think this is required as of now, because we in YOSI we have started something called YOSI Bytes, where we go through this, we cherry pick the topics that would be really helpful, and we just post it in WhatsApp so that it's easier to read. Just like Reader's Digest, you can go through all the relevant updates in the respected subspecialties. This is the QR code for that YOSI Bytes. You can scan this and join, and you'll be really surprised to see how much you're missing out. For the next thing, this is something with regards to time management. I use Eisenhower matrix primarily. I actually jot down the tasks, and then I use this Eisenhower matrix to kind of schedule my tasks. This is an application which I just created in labs today morning. This is Perplexity Labs. This is my own application which I created through a prompt, and you can you can make many amount of whatever application which is suiting to your needs. You can make it. So I just, based upon this, I just made an application, and this can independently be run, and you can add tasks, and once you complete it, you can just finish it off. And this follows the schema of doing things which are more urgent to least urgent, and it'll help you to prioritize on your tasks better. And here is the code to use this app. I've done it. If you want to use it, you can use it. It's completely free. So, and thank you for your time and opportunity. Thank you very much for the patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Pranesh.
Thank you.
With that, I would like to call upon our panel. So, Dr. Prabhu Krishna, who's one of the passionate YOs when it comes into innovations and all these technology. He has done many innovations. He's also a community guy, community ophthalmologist, actively involved in telemedicine. He's been part of many of the hackathon competitions in 2024. Team LumiZoom is one of the innovations that he brought out under the leadership of the Arvind Eye Care System team. And the other is Dr. Indra Pegu, again another young ophthalmologist who has won the CS Reshmi Award. I think she could be the youngest to have won the most coveted CS Reshmi Award at the AOS conference for one of her technological innovations, do-it-yourself module. Over to you both for your 2 cents on technology, how you can really incorporate technology into ophthalmic practice, AI, and digital ophthalmology.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, all. Thank you to Prasanna sir, Niranjan sir, and team TNOA for the opportunity. So at the outset, I think huge thanks to Pranesh sir. That was a very insightful talk. And I have to admit, I'm hearing a lot of these terms for the first time. I think it really shows how deep Pranesh sir has gone into this field. That said, I think in today's world, it is imperative or it's a must that all young ophthalmologists are to an extent tech savvy or at least comfortable with the different forms of technology. I would like to highlight 2 examples from my own experience on how we used digital technology in our field. The first is with respect to community eye screening and eye camps, and the second is with respect to surgical training. So as we know, as far as eye camps are concerned, for the last 20 to 30 years, the way we've been doing them is more or less the same. At least in Aravind, it has remained same for the last 20 to 30 years. So we wanted to see if we can do something to reduce the manpower requirements for eye camps. So we came up with a mobile app-based, a smartphone-based screening platform. So this screening platform has 2 components. The first is an app. So in the app, you could have a community health worker who would record the visual acuity, the history, and take and upload images of the anterior segment of the person being screened. The second component was a camera attachment that would help us take high quality anterior segment images. The images were then relayed to a doctor at the base hospital who would then make a decision on whether to refer the patient or not. So this system works very well, and we were able to conduct quite a few camps with no doctors and very few support staff using this platform. Now we're trying to take this to the next level by incorporating an AI algorithm which could detect the presence of cataract and other anterior segment pathologies. So it removes the need for a doctor to diagnose and also reduces the turnaround time to 0. So this is with respect to community screening and how we use digital technology over there. The second example is with respect to surgical training. As we know, particularly for young trainees and postgraduates, training them with surgery videos, their own videos, particularly their first 100 to 200 cases, is of a lot of benefit. They'll be able to learn so much from it. And it's very good if they can maintain some form of surgical video logbook. Now, one of the major constraints with maintaining such a logbook is storage space. There's only so many hard drives and so many online drives that you can own. So what we did to bypass this was basically use YouTube, and each resident would create a private YouTube channel and upload their surgeries onto YouTube. So YouTube offers unlimited storage in that sense. You could upload all your surgery videos to YouTube. And the next time now, if I want to discuss my videos with a mentor, I no longer have to take my laptop, take my hard drive, attach it, or send them a 5 GB video transfer link or a drive link, which they have to download. I just need to take my phone and show them my videos and surgeries right on YouTube. Or I can just send them a YouTube link, which they can see at their own convenience. So these are two small examples of how we used digital technology with respect to young ophthalmologists and how we can improve our practice. Thank you for the opportunity, and over to Dr. Indra, ma'am.
First, I'd like to thank TNOA and YOSI for giving me this opportunity to speak on this topic and attending such an interesting webinar and amazing presentation by Dr. Pranesh. So I'd like to say that first, from my own personal experience, last year only I have finished my glaucoma fellowship. So I have been a person who is always get apprehensive by technologies and all. So when I came as a glaucoma fellow, I think Dr. Prabhu's batch when they were DNB, they had only given me the first taste of technology. So I attended hackathon with them, and they only taught me how to do video editing and like Photoshop, how to do, madam. You try using Camtasia, Canva, and all these things. So I think as a fellow, I think not only the medical aspect or the surgical aspect of a training. I think this should be a part of generalized training. So introducing such new technologies or doing research project with this AI. So using it to our benefit. So I think this will be really helpful because as Prabhu says, a lot of the terms which Dr. Pranesh took in his presentation, I think we have not heard most of them. So basically, first thing is the exposure. How do we get the exposure? So if in such trainings to become a better young ophthalmologist, because that is our future generation. So if we train them accordingly and they can use it and they can, I think we all can take it to the next level. And this is how I started learning to do video editing and got to present in AIOS and multiple platforms. So this is my point of view. And one question for Dr. Pranesh sir is that I really wanted to know about the image copyright, how to make images. So I want a little bit of insight on that, Dr. Pranesh.
I am itself an amateur in that, but you shouldn't directly use that image.
Yeah.
It can be a part of the image, or it can be, if you use Inkscape, you can extrapolate a pattern. So if you have a cell, you can duplicate the cell, and you can, that is also something which you can do. But I think you cannot use the image directly from any text.
Yeah, that is what
If you're
when
planning
we
for publishing, then I think you use Google AI Studio. There is a stream option. If you can ask it anything, first create a framework. It will guide you step by step. Sometimes there are so many Inkscape. You have then you have Photoshop, and then you have this Corel Draw. So many things. So many things good at so many things. So it's not like I remember everything. Okay, I'll be like, oh, I can't blatantly tell that, yeah, I know everything. 100%. I don't remember all those. So you use this stream function, so it really helps. It really helps you to kind of, sometimes you'll forget, and it'll help you out. It'll line out your creases.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
So
you.
basically,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt there. For want of
no,
time,
it's okay.
I think definitely post your questions in the chat box. And Pranesh should definitely, I think in the next 10 minutes, he'll be able to get back to you, I believe. And we have one more lot. And Dr. Indra, do post your question in the chat box to Dr. Pranesh and let the attendees also benefit on it. Niranjan, shall we move to the next set?
Yes, sure, sir.
Yeah. Please post your questions, Dr. Indra, and requesting Dr. Pranesh to answer it so that every one of us here can also see it and have the knowledge shared. So with that, we come to the last set of the day. Dr. Shweta, again, one of my juniors in undergraduation, and she's an SN alumni. And she's a well-accomplished surgeon and an academician who has completed FRCO at a very young age, and one of the India's flag torchbearers in the UK. And she's going to share, she has multiple credentials in her credit. She has won numerous awards. FRCO is one of the toughest examinations to crack, and she's here to share her 2 cents on how she cracked the exams. Over to you, Dr. Shweta. You're on mute, Dr. Shweta.
Thank you, Dr. Prasanna, for such a kind introduction for me. And I thank TNOA for this opportunity and this platform to present. My journey in FRC Oft has been quite a difficult one, and I would acknowledge Dr. Shruti Vaishali Ramesh's contribution as well. I think she's one of the discussants for this session. I think we both did do this FRC Oft journey almost together, and she was one of the guiding lights for me, as you were, Dr. Prasanna. Moving on quickly for the lack of time. I'm in the clinic, excuse me, so I think Shruti is sharing the slides for me. We will move on to the next slide. So this fellowship of the Royal College of Ophthalmologists is essentially the highest qualification in the US. And though we have multiple entries to come on into the UK to work, FRCS Glasgow works as well to acquire a General Medical Council registration. FRC Oft is necessary to progress in the career in the UK, to apply for consultancy posts and pursue the portfolio pathway. So non-trainee candidates and overseas candidates like us will require FRC Oft to go forward in career in the UK. Next slide. So it consists of 4 exams. 2 are written, which are MCQs. Each written exam consists 2 papers of 90 MCQs to deal with. Part 1 is basic sciences, part 2 is clinical. In addition to that, we have 2 practical exams. One is a refraction certificate exam, which is OSCE based. And then we have the orals, which is by far the toughest to crack, but easy when we know the correct method to prepare. It has 2 components, a Viva and an OSCE component. Next slide. So it's one of the most expensive exams considering 4 parts. I just shared it to know the importance of knowing the right method to crack the exam. Next slide. So it happens across the world in many centers. Though UK conducts it twice a year in person here locally, there are other sites to give the exam as well. Next slide. So coming to the do's and don'ts, to crack the theory part of this exam, the MCQ part, it's important to give adequate time for the preparation and proper technique. Some of us might be very good in remembering MCQs, facts that are important and concepts. Some of us may be theoretical, and considering we are from India, trained in a very different kind of exam situation where we are trained to write essays, we might miss what is essential in a particular MCQ type. So the type of preparation matters, and we need to acquire feedback from the recent exam going batch, like the recent people who have given the exam in the last 3-4 sessions, and getting a feedback. By getting feedback, it does not mean the questions, it means the actual topic. The topic repeats, and your depth of knowledge in the topic matters when preparing for these MCQs, and multiple revisions. There is no point in reading these books cover to cover and improving your knowledge, but to have the keen knack to crack the MCQ is important. Inadequate time for revision or not revising the concepts is where we fail. Next slide. So the first part has basic sciences, optics and refraction, and a lot of biostatistics and investigation-based questions. Next slide. If we look at the exam report, it actually is not very difficult to pass. We can easily prepare by knowing where to give the weightage. If you just have a look, a ballpark value gives you that almost 50% of the questions are from optics and refraction, a major chunk from the pathology and anatomy. So if we concentrate on these areas, we can easily crack this exam. So having a plan to approach this particular set of questions or exam is very important, rather than trying to cover a whole set of MCQs and then revise them again. We have to give weightage or importance to particular concepts to crack this exam in one go. Next slide. So these are the sources that we widely used. They were very useful. There are multiple forums where we can discuss questions, but the major recommendations from our side would be this. Next slide. Coming to refraction certificate. So this is a very OSCE-based exam. The examiner doesn't speak to you. You just have to demonstrate your skill with a flare to show them or exhibit that you're very good. It actually has 5 rooms. The first 3 would be on modelize, and the last 2 stations would actually be subjective refraction with patients. So on modelize, the examiner doesn't really look at the steps that you do, but for subjective refraction, step by step, they watch you, what you do, and every step is carrying a particular amount of mark. And each station is 10 minutes, and then you go through a cycle. Next slide. So a small insight as to how to practice. I think the right person would be Dr. Prasanna and Shruti for this, because they helped me crack this exam. But I did practice a lot. Timing it, having an optometrist, an experienced optometrist to help you do this. Time and practice is the key, and familiarizing yourself with the answer sheet. Don't be surprised in the exam hall. Make sure you go through the practice models given in the RCO of the website, so you are prepared and you have practice in the exam stress-based situation. Mimic the exam as much as possible when you practice. So in the exam, it's actually a cakewalk. Next slide. So this talk primarily was to actually tell you how Dr. Shruti, who's one of the discussants, and me can help people giving FRC off from our Tamil Nadu Association. If you want guidance, you can join our platform where we can actually help you out with personalized feedback and sharing our experience. Like what is displayed on the screen, like how you get the feedback from the examiners. We were not able to get that till we gave the exam. So we would be able to get guide you step by step, telling you where marks matter, what are the red flags in the exam, where you could easily go wrong. Next slide. These are examples of how you get, so subjective refraction might seem very daunting considering you have to do Jackson's cross cylinder, which we hardly use in clinical practice, or using a duochrome on a patient and demonstrating your skill. But knowing what is expected of you prior to the exam and displaying it there to the examiner with confidence is something we can train you. If you actually look at the pass percentage required to pass, or the cohort that is actually passed, how accurate you have to be. You don't have to be bang on target, 0.5 diopters this way, that way, 5 to 10 degrees this way, that way. You can still pass this exam with high marks. You can see that maximum candidates pass with the first attempt. And it is not that difficult if you have the right guidance and the right way to practice. Part 2 return is very, very similar to how I told you to prepare for part 1. It's exactly the same in terms of the pattern. The questions would be clinical. Again, concepts and area of interest in the recent few years of the exam is more important. And again, to look at the distribution of marks. Sadly, this exam again has basic sciences, a bit of optics, and pharmacology and therapeutics. We can never get rid of basic sciences in the UK. You have to know it. And honestly, it is the basis for everything. So knowing it is also very good. Again, is it difficult? Usually they see that the people trained in the UK. OST means ophthalmic specialty trainees here, people in the UK, because they're so exposed to those particular topics in clinic again and again, their pass rate is much higher than compared to non-trainees. There has been discrepancy in every step of the exam. So all this data is available on the website to the public in the Royal College of Ophthalmologists website. You can yourself go and see year by year, the OST passing rate is always higher than outside. It is not because they're partial, it is because they are exposed to the topics discussed in the exam over and over again during the years of training. So knowing what is a hot topic is very important for someone who's not trained in the UK to pass these exams. Again, these are the most important sources that we used. Personally, I had used Off the Queue and iDocs. They were quite brilliant with elaborate discussions. Again, here, just solving the MCQ is not important. Understanding the concept, retaining it, and the same question will not be repeated. It would just be the concept that is repeated. Coming to the last part, the preparation part of this particular exam is the most difficult. Though it appears to be very easy, like we have done this in our MS exams, haven't we? That was the first thought process I had when I looked at it. But the time limit and how they assess you is completely different. All candidates are assessed on a very standard basis. The questions are fixed. And post-COVID, we are asked to examine patients as well, your examination technique, how you speak to the patient, how you present yourself. Again, rather than the knowledge, how you can behave as a consultant in the UK is being tested in this exam. So the structured Viva and OSCE, those are the two parts. The structured Viva has about 5 stations. They can be about any investigation, how you interpret it, and how you will manage a patient with such a report of investigation. And patient management can be any case, anything that can happen to the patient in ophthalmology, ranging from corneal ulcer to retinal detachment or a squint. It can be anything that they can ask. The last 2 stations are the concern again. Attitudes, ethics, responsibilities, audit, research, and evidence-based practice. This is completely pertaining to practice in the UK. So again, this would be a major disadvantage for people appearing for the exams who have not trained in the UK before. It would be anything like what is this laser protocol in the UK. We would have done 1 million lasers in our practice in India at home. We would know what to do, how to do it. But the question here would be, who are responsible for laser safety in the NHS trust? So knowing what happens in the NHS before giving the exam is very important. So these 2 stations need input from people who have experienced the NHS and will be able to guide you as to what to study. The theory part can be studied individually, but to have that guidance is very important. Next slide. The OSCE part is something we do every day. Just appearing confident in the exam and doing it right is very important. We have every skill and knowledge that is necessary, but maintaining your calm, maintaining the time, and then expressing what you know is very important. Like I said earlier, we are so used to writing essays. Theory-based is our way of examinations. We are not used to speaking. We might be able to write 10 pages on keratoconus very easily, but when there's a patient of keratoconus and 3 examiners looking at you, to be able to present ourselves with confidence and language, overcoming the language barrier, though we know English, speaking it out loud in a stressful situation and expressing yourself is very, very important, which needs a lot of practice. So how to practice, having a study partner to practice and somebody to supervise you to be very confident in the exam is very important. Rather than the skills and the knowledge, again, I would say this is an act to demonstrate what you exactly know. So these were the sources and books that we used. Good medical practice is good to go through completely to know the GMC guidance is here. To be fair, to practice in the UK, we have to know what happens in the country, what is required of us in a new country before we give the exam. It cannot be tailored for somebody from outside. So when we are competing with students from the UK or trainees from the UK, it is important to be on par and know. So we have to widen our knowledge before we sit for the exam. All the standard standards and guidance, the practices required are available online. How to skim through it, how to go through it, and remember what exactly is, again, something you need guidance from people here. Do's and don'ts are again the same. Adequate time, know the technique to prepare, and most important is what is on the right. Avoid arguing with the examiner, bedside etiquette, be confident with your technique and descriptive with your findings, and communication skills. That's the most important. Like I said, overcoming the language barrier and trying to demonstrate what you know is very important here, which comes with practice. This would be a slightly confusing thing, whether it's the easiest or the most difficult step. If you look at the statistics, it appears to have a high pass percentage, and it appears like it is a very easy step to pass. But again, if you go through it, the pass percentage is higher in trainees compared to non-trainees. If we have the right technique and the right guidance, we will be on the other side of the red line for sure. So the importance of this session, or the main agenda, is to tell you from this platform called Prep Medico, based in the UK, who have been doing this one-on-one mentoring for FRCS general surgery and vascular surgery, and they've had quite good results, almost 90% with gold medalists from the exam. They have approached Dr. Shruti and I for mentoring students who are appearing for this exam, who don't have the right guidance, who are non-trainees from the UK. So we are ready to offer small study group sessions, one-on-one mentoring, and guidance on each station, what to expect in the exam. We can do a mock exam, 1 or 2, depending on the need of the candidate, because most of us trained in India have the knowledge and skills. It's just how to do the exam is the guidance required. We will be able to give you a complete mock, give you personalized feedback, tell you areas of importance, where to improve, and help you with the exam. All the information is given in a structured and very readily available format on the webpage. Any queries you can register there, and we are to answer. We are launching a course in September for people who are planning to appear for the November session of the oral exam, where we start as small group teachings over 4 weeks. And the last 2 weeks, we give one-on-one mock exam, mimicking exam situation and the stress situation, how the examiners speak to you, and we'll give you a one-on-one feedback. We have done a few webinars on how to pass each station of refraction certificate, which is also available on our website. The preparation for FRCS Glasgow is very similar to this, except for 1 or 2 stations. So you can still join us for the preparation of the ophthalmological part, and we can help you with the other stations. I think it's pretty much that. And I really thank TNOA for this opportunity, and Prasanna sir, who's always been there to guide me through the initial parts of the exam. And thank you, Shruti. And it is very nice to meet a lot of my alma mater in this webinar.
Thank you, Smita. It was nice to see you come to me for FRCO refraction, and I just stood there and you went all the way for the complete degree, and it's really an inspiring journey. Niranjan, over to you to quickly introduce the discussants. And
Thank you, Dr. Shweta, for the comprehensive talk. So I'll quickly share my screen. So to discuss on this topic today, we have with us Dr. Sameer Chaudhary, has done his MS from Aravind Hospital and is currently a consultant there. And he's conducted more than 4 cataract studies and has over 25 publications. And he's also writing many exams.
Prasanna, there is some audio overlap.
Niranjan, there is a background. I think you can mute. I'll maybe complete this. Yeah, there is some background. Yeah. So, yeah, can you reduce your screen as well, Niranjan? Yeah, 1 second. So we would like to welcome Dr. Sameer. Sameer has been again a very dynamic member of TNOA Journal, Yo platforms and whatnot. And he's one of the upcoming YO mentors with more than 25 publications. And Dr. Shruti, she's currently practicing in UK. And she has numerous publications, and she has co-published along with myself for the book Oculus Res Gestae. And again, she has numerous awards to name a few is ASCRS and the TNOA awards. Over to you both to sum up the whole spectrum of examinations for young ophthalmologists.
I'll go first. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I think I would like to thank TNOA, ARC, and your platform for giving us this opportunity, as well as for the members, because when we first started with these examination, to even think about it, we did not have such guidance like open availability of videos or webinars online. And I think me and Prasanna started the journey quite at the same time. We remember going from person to person, place to place, or looking at websites, but we really couldn't grasp what was happening. So we just decided, let's just take the exam first. We will know what is happening there, and then we will pass on the guidance to others. That is one of the motivating factors. And then we met Sweta, and from there the journey is now continuing. So I think Sweta covered most of it in detail about FRC off, but as she was also telling about the FRCS Glasgow, it's another good exam. Many competitive exams are, it's a thrilling challenge for us, and when we finally achieve the fellowship and get it from the college or wherever you're applying for, it is one of the best feeling that you're ever going to feel. But you need to decide which exam you want to take. You cannot take all the exams, because in the end, for you to actually use the FRCO or FRCS, you need to become a member of the college, and that's an annual fee, which is quite expensive. And also, depending on what your career choice is going to be, are you planning to move to the UK? Are you going to stay in India? So depending on all that, decide on what exam you want. So that again changes a lot, because FRCS Glasgow is a bit easier than FRC Opt, and a bit less expensive. So small tips like that, discuss with whoever's given the exam before and take it from there. So once you know the tips to crack an exam, it's not very difficult. It's all depends on the practice patterns, as Sweta was telling. And with FRC Opt, we will be more than happy to help you guys out with the course that we are launching now. And we are really looking forward to, sharing our knowledge with whatever we have been able to sort of allocate so far in terms of feedback from different people that we have also spent with. It's not, trust me, it's not a single attempt in which we cleared the exams. It was a hard knock, and we had to come back again based on the feedback we received. So what we can offer is that feedback we will be able to provide, and that's something that we look forward to doing. Thank you once again, your platform, for this wonderful opportunity.
Samir, you have mentored so many people, and you are on the other spectrum as well, aspiring to do all this. A quick word from you.
So I think that was a very beautiful talk. Dr. Shweta and Dr. Shruti covered most of it. So I have cleared. I haven't given FRC of the FRCS. I have given FICO part A, B, and C, and with also the aim that ICO actually gives you lateral entry into FRCS Glasgow. So you can directly sit for the part 3 of FRCS Glasgow. So one thing is like it keeps your options open. Even if you are not planning to go to UK as of then, you can still give the exam and keep your options open. Another thing is, even if you're not planning to move to UK, clearing these UK exams gets you a better placement, even if you're going elsewhere, for example, Middle East. So if you plan to go to Middle East, clearing these exams will definitely get you a better placement. And another thing is, it definitely adds to your CV, it adds to your qualifications. I remember, and most importantly, it definitely adds to your knowledge. So I remember in one of the conferences, so there was a quiz where PVR was there. So he kept answering questions one after the other, even before the question was read out. So later on, he told me that he gained all this knowledge when he was preparing for FICO. So knowledge never gets wasted. That is one, and obviously prepare for these exams wisely, and you have to work hard and also these exams are quite costly. So yeah. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, guys. In want of time, I think we are all connected in the WhatsApp group. We'll quickly move to the end game of the event. Before we call our ARC chairman, I would like to call upon Dr. Nishant sir to acknowledge our ARC chair. Nishant sir, can you do the honors?
Yes.
Pass it to Atik sir to honor the speakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, TNOA. And being the ARC chair, I would like to put a word that the ARC team, what Atik had done has been very nice. Thank you. And also helping the yours to actually grow and giving your suggestions, ideas always. It's been a pleasure. So this is the appreciation from our yo for you, Dr. Atik.
And also,
Thank you so much, Nishant.
following up,
Next.
sir, for
We have our president, Dr. Devakant Mishra. So he always likes to encourage everyone. So any speakers, any sessions, any surgeries, he'll say, give him a talk, give him a talk. So he likes to involve everyone. This is our appreciation for you. Thank you.
thank
I'll
you.
hand over to Atik now to honor our speakers.
Thank you, Nishant. So it was really wonderful, great session, though it took nearly 3 hours. Was really amazing to listen to everyone. Well, the future of of refractive surgery, where are we heading? A great talk by Dr. Vandana Sundaram. Congrats, madam. You did a great job. Thank you so much. Adit, thank you for your discussion. A very prolific refractive surgeon. Thank you, Abrar, for your inputs. Shruti, again, somebody you can rename Shruti Nishant as maybe Shruti Myopia Nishant. She's really taking myopia to the next level in the global platform. Dr. Karthikeyan, amazing discussions and good inputs. Dr. Atul, good inputs. Thank you so much. Dr. Ramanan, again, mind-boggling talk. We're going to have Dr. Ramanan talk in our PG update in Shankanetralia also. Looking forward to hearing from you. Nice inputs, Shiva Vignesh, regarding gold and all those things. Dr. Ranjit, thank you so much regarding new ophthalmologist planning equipments. Dr. Dhruval Kurana, I need to attend your session. Was amazing. Lot of tips with regards to how to make a post. Right from timing, you had lot of cues for everyone. Amazing talk, Dr. Dhruval. Sonam, again, very nice inputs regarding your YouTube channel and all those things. Vinod, again, king of social media of South India. Amazing talk. Amazing inputs, Vinod. Madhavanti, again, a nice talk with regards to mentorship, something really important for youngsters to have. And Dr. Vishwa, thank you for your inputs. In fact, I had wrongly mentioned as Dr. Sonam instead of Dr. Vishwa. My sincere apologies for that, Dr. Vishwa. Thank you so much for your inputs. Dr. Srivibhya, thank you for your inputs. Madhavi, madam, again, a great talk. Again, it was like a continuation of the previous talk. You started with honoring your mentor, Devendra Maheshwari, sir, and excellent talk. Thank you so much. Nice inputs, Dr. Nimrita and Dr. Deepak regarding how to get grants and how to travel without spending much money. Pranesh, well, he's a whiz kid. Every time I listen to his talk, it is different. Amazing inputs. I really don't understand where he has the time to learn all of this. To understand his talk, we need another talk. And that is his IQ level, I feel. Amazing, Pranesh. Dr. Prabhu, thank you so much for your inputs, made things simple. Dr. Indra, again, thank you so much. You did a wonderful job. Dr. Shweta, again, something really nice. The young ophthalmologist, when they want to travel, work outside, they need to know about exams. Your take home was very nice, talking about how to do the exam is more important. Somebody who fails is not because of the knowledge that they fail, it's because of the approach. You kept stressing on practice pattern in UK needs to be learned to pass the exam. Amazing, amazing inputs and really great of you. Dr. Samir, wonderful discussion. Thank you so much. Really nice to know that Shruti and Shweta are coming up with a platform to train youngsters. Well, this is where young ophthalmology is. You people want another person to grow. That is an amazing attitude you guys have. Making your colleague grow will make you grow. He is not your competitor at any point of time. I see so much of bonding and I see so much of friendship, love, and affection among you. This should keep going on and on. Last but not the least, my brother Nishant. We share a lot between each other. If I do a mistake, my brother will be the first person to tell me, Atik, what you did is wrong. Same thing applies to him. He's not only brother in ophthalmology, but also in my personal life also. I would be open to say when I did my first Indian ICL, Nishant was my trainer. So we have a Yo who's guru also. Thank you so much. I owe that to you, Nishant. Madan, a prolific surgeon. He is extremely busy, but had taken time off to come and give his inputs. Thank you so much, Madan.
He's still here, sir, actually. He
Oh,
joined.
Madan is here. Okay. Thank you, Madan, for your inputs. He's again a investment wizard. He was humble enough to accept the fact that his family itself is into that. So we need more sessions like this, Prasanna.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Niranjan, amazing. You got a wonderful team of speakers together. Lot of hard work done. To get 5 speakers, how difficult it is, I can totally understand. Been the ARC chair for 3 years, feeling a little exhausted of late. But within a week or 10 days, how did you guys manage this? Very difficult for me to understand. And then, sorry, Niranjan, I interrupted.
Yeah.
No, sir. All thanks to Prasanna sir for his support. Without that, that rapid project planning would not have been possible. Sir was always there to push me and beyond my comfort zone and get it done. He'll be like, Niranjan, do this, do that, and we worked over it in the last, I would say, 48 to 72 hours on an emergency mode, and I'm really grateful to you for giving us this opportunity, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks for all the inputs. And then lastly, Superstar, Prasanna, it's very difficult to understand. I have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You are able to talk to someone, work something with your laptop, and convey something to someone else. Very difficult to multitask, but then it's a God-given talent that you have. Keep going, Prasanna. Looking forward to seeing you in the next role. Our team from TNOA is finishing this year. Looking forward to you in leadership roles going forward and taking TNOA and young ophthalmology forward. As I said earlier, you guys should not stop only with TNOA or with AOS. Please go globally. The talent is phenomenal. Please think of APAO going into the academy. You people should flood the world. We have a few India is flooded with amazing ophthalmologists, but in the global platform, not many are there. You people have the time, energy, and the resources. Please keep going. Don't stop with TNOA or with AOS. Keep going up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Atik sir. On the record, would like to acknowledge the designers as well as the Numerotech team for helping out with the event as well, a flawless event, along with the whole UC Governing Council as well as the TNOA Governing Council for such an enlightening webinar. I think this is going to be an archive, and each one of the speakers are pioneers in their field. And this is a completely non-academic webinar, as our ARC chairman has rightly pointed out, where you will learn much beyond ophthalmology. With that, it will be apt if I hand it over back to Niranjan to share the closing comment before we close the event.
Thank you, Prasanna sir. I think it's been quite long. I won't take much time. We'll all have a group photo with the sir. Can you capture the photo, sir? Prasanna sir.
Manjula ma'am, we can go off live.